Ryan Gary.
Can I hit you with a take I had in Costco this week?
Yes.
I think $9.99 is like the default price of item these days.
Any item.
I don't want to get into the weeds. Like I think like a car is obviously not going to be $9.99, but anything at a store, okay. I think $9.99 is like where you start.
In particular, Costco or any store? Like I'd get you like a serviceable good that's perishable and consumable. So in that realm, right?
I guess I would think almost any store that I go into, as soon as I walk in the door, I'm already $9.99 down.
I would not disagree with that.
I think it used to be like 15 years ago, it used to be like $4.99. Now it's more like $9.99.
Yeah. Was there like a? I just got to remake this lobby. Was there a time when you kind of got hit with it? Like, all right, it's now 99 is the new norm.
I would say buying lunches probably like circa 2022, 2023. And then used to be like, you probably get out of the lunch place, maybe $11.99. Now you're getting out of the lunch place $16.99 and you're feeling like that you got kind of a deal.
And then wait, is that $16.99 with no flip of the iPad? Or is that with,
man.
Yeah. But I know we've talked about this.
Well, but I hate to interrupt you. Can I hit you? Yeah. I think The Sopranos is changing me, man.
Why?
We had someone come over and wash and detail our car.
Okay.
And then when it came time to pay, he gave me the machine and I said, "How do you feel about a cash tip?" And his eyes lit up like like he was a slot machine, man. And he said that would be awesome. So I paid the service cost on the machine and then I handed him a couple of bills and said, "This is for you." It felt so good.
Did you hand them like folded up in like a half?
They were folded. They were folded.
Dude, I am not lying. That show, like, that's just the beginning of your Sopranos arc. I'm telling you, you're going to be having Sunday pasta with gravy on a weekly basis, and Corey's going to come over and bring some of the family. I'm not even joking, man.
Oh, man.
Where are you in the Sopranos arc?
Right now? What just happened? Oh, yeah, I remember how to play the game. I'm episode 4 of season 2.
So like give me like who's the lead villain? Who's the lead villain?
Well, listen, I don't hold this against them because I think that they defined the terms of like prestige television, but it seems like they're setting up Richie Aprile to be the main antagonist of the season.
Got it. Okay.
But they're doing the thing, and this is why I washed out of like some television programs, and in particular, I want to say the Righteous Gemstones. You just get wise to the formula that like every season, it's like episode 1 is like we're picking up the fallout of the previous season, and then at the end of episode 1, they're like surprise celebrity cameo. Oh, I haven't seen that guy in a while. Look, it's me, this guy from your past. Remember that dark secret from your past that you never told any about? Well, it's coming home. The chickens are coming home to roost, Danny McBride.
Who is the surprise guest on season 2? Because it's a fairly big one, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's Richie Aprile, but I don't know who it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the actor's name. All right, I'm gonna push you a little. 3, 2, 1, push. That's all right.
That one's on me.
When you move, do you like to be the guy walking back or the guy walking forward?
So when I'm moving furniture, if it's me and a guy, I'm the guy looking forward. If it's like me and my wife, I'm the guy backing up.
That's the way it's got to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But if it's not my wife, I'm trying to find any excuse to be the guy who's backing up, because you do like 10% of the work. You're just basically hands.
No, dude, the guy backing up does most of the work.
No,
I think so? Unless if you're going up a staircase, the guy walking up does more work. But if you're moving otherwise, the guy walking backwards is doing most of the work.
But don't you? Yeah, I guess it depends on the furniture. I'm just trying to think of like furniture I move with my wife, which like there's never a time, and like I am very like pro-wife. You know, like
That's good.
99.9% of the time, like anything she asks, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
The one thing that gets me is, hey, let's just move this furniture to see what it looks like. And I'm like, I'm like Affleck face. It's not like, hey, let's move. We're gonna move it permanently. I'm like, let's just move it to see what it looks like. I'm like, oh, you know, I'm like, how do you avoid that situation?
I tank it, but I have the same mental reaction that you have.
Just because I know there's at least a 75% chance that the experimental move is going back to how things initially started.
I think it's nice that the layout of the house gets refreshed from time to time, even if I have no prior notice of it. But then does it make me the bad guy to not know where stuff is after everything's been like degossed? All of a sudden it's where it always is, except where it always is in the jar is now moved to like the other side of the house. It's behind a vase on top of the TV table or something like that.
So what's one of your go-to items that you like use every day that has been moved, that like it's important to you important on a like efficiency day-to-day basis?
We can't keep Tide pens in the same location, and I'm guilty of it too. But I try to be very, very diligent about, like, if I take a Tide pen out to spot clean a stain, I put it right back in like the little tea container that we keep all of our miscellaneous stuff in.
Okay.
And then I go back 2 weeks later, I need the Tide pen, no Tide pens. You know what I started to do? I bought one, and I kept it in my desk. And now I've got my own Tide pen. So if I don't see a Tide pen in the tea table or the teapot, I say, not my problem. I go into my drawer and I use my own Tide pen.
Can I ask you, and this is, as someone who's never used a Tide pen, what is it used for, like on a day-to-day basis or weekly?
Imagine like you were brushing your teeth and you dribbled a little toothpaste on your shirt. Mm-hmm. You didn't notice for like 5 minutes. You just take a Tide pen and you go like, and then it's good to go. It cleans the stain without you having to change your shirt or get your whole shirt wet in the sink to try to like clean it.
Wait, do you have to get the pen wet, or is it magic?
It has wetness inside of it. You push down the pen and it releases like some detergent, some spot cleaner.
Is this just come out in the past couple months or something?
Probably like 10, 12 years or something like that.
You know how much Affleck face I've had because of that? It's not fun. Like, you've been sitting on this. I thought, like, I've seen him in the grocery store, but I'm like, oh, that's just for laundry stuff. You know, like, you throw sheets in the laundry. I'm like, it's adjacent to that. I didn't know it, like, has, like, I would keep one of those nearby at all times.
Dude, now you understand my frustration from time to time.
So where was the teapot initially located before it was?
Well, no, there was just that's more of a hypothetical than anything else. But it's like,
okay,
you know what I'm talking about.
So when your Tide pen is missing, right? Hypothetical. How do you breach that topic with Kate so that it's not inflammatory, but also like kind of sending the message like, hey, we gotta be moving this stuff around all the time. Hey. Sorry. Or do you just tank it?
No. Usually I'll have some kind of smart aleck comment.
Like what?
Like, well, right now you're saying I don't use it. It's you. See, that's probably true, but it doesn't feel like it's me because I feel like I'm the guy who always puts it back. Now I had the same complaint about like the pen that we keep in the living room, and then I realized that I had taken it in order to make notes and blueprints. That's for sure.
And was it like a special Kate pen, or she likes the?
Well, you know how it is. You know, you got to run the whole household through the calendar. So the pen stays on top of the calendar. So when you got stuff to add to the calendar, the pen is right there.
You went for you. That's the single most important pen in the house.
It really is like needing gas and taking it out of the car, and then being like, "I'll put the gas back in the car later." It wasn't a tactical move on my part. That's for sure.
So did you notice it, or did Kate hit you with, hey, where's the pen?
Kate hit me with, hey, where's the pen? I think she was like, I'd like to put some stuff on the calendar. It sure would be nice if the pen was here.
And your reaction was, shoot.
My reaction was, you got me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not perfect in the house, but I think she would acknowledge that especially given time. I take responsibility for my own mistakes in the house.
I feel like that's our job. That's like our number one job is to own up to everything immediately.
Yes.
And
I
like,
think so.
there's never a time where even, you know, like say you're like partially at stake, you got to take the full stake.
You take it, yeah. And I default to the idea that like my base case is that I'm wrong. So if I get called out for like being responsible for something in the house, even if I don't think it's my domain, I'm like, she's probably right on this one. Which is why I take it personally when I know it's not my domain. Because I feel like I gotta fight for the last little dignity I've got left in that situation.
Well, that's why we stream, so that when people chat and tell us what to do, we tell them they're wrong, because we don't get to do that in our real life.
I definitely think there's some validity to that.
Oh, almost had it.
Well, let's go one, go.
I do have to admit, I was not expecting the one go.
Well, then you had like 2 seconds between one and go. You had like 2 seconds.
Okay. Do you think they knew what they were doing with the shake weight? Or do you think no?
I don't think so. I think
No.
I think at the time someone invented it thinking this is a good fitness device. Like, well, let's flip it the other way. What did they? What was their marketing plan for the shake weight then? Hey, we'll make something that looks like someone's jerking off a dick. Like that doesn't even make any sense from a business case.
I mean, but what about the caveat that?
Now, let me flip it on you, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
When Hitachi is marketing personal massagers, they know what they're doing. Because they are a personal massager, but it ain't for your back. Okay, so that's like a wink and a nod. That's like there's an unintended use for the product. It's not like people are like, oh, the shake weight, I'm gonna buy that. Like you know that like when you jerk off, it doesn't feel good for your hand, right? You're not gonna like buy the shake weight and be like, fuck yes, my hand feels so good.
Wait, I thought
Sorry
Hitachi...
for the language, but
I thought Hitachi made calculators.
they make tanks, personal massagers, calculators. They make it all, man. Pocket protectors.
All right, hear me out. We're talking yellow block here. If I'm in the back 20%, I think we will be safe on the next yellow if I am in the front 20%, and you will also be safe.
Understandable. Okay. Not this one, but the next one.
Okay.
So this one right here.
Nice.
Well, then this next part should be real simple. Not
Just
this
full
one. This one coming up right here. Right
Okay.
here. Oh no!
What happened?
No!
What happened?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I guess
I
I didn't wait till the end of the runway to jump, I guess.
The girl from the not office, what's the, no, she's in the, I don't know if she's in the office, Parks and Rec.
You're talking about
No, she's
Karen
like-
Filippelli.
She's super famous now.
Super famous. Amy Poehler?
No, she is like, she
Aubrey
always
Plaza?
talks the same. Yes.
Aubrey Plaza, okay.
What type of, do you think she's like that when she does talk shows, or do you think that's an act?
I feel like I've seen her be warm and affable in more casual settings.
How would you describe her on-camera persona? Because I don't know how to what to call that.
Daria style, sardonic, disaffected, uninterested, dry.
Sardonic, like the girl with the extra red lipstick on YouTube.
Miranda Sings?
Yes.
I don't know if I would put that evil on her.
Did I miss something?
Well, I think you did miss something, but moreover, it's just I don't think Miranda Sings is. I mean, that's like content for like 11-year-olds, I think. But, but yeah, you missed something too.
Is it Crungo or Crungo?
Crungo.
What is that? I keep seeing people in chat type it on both sides.
I think Crungo is like when you got nothing else to add to the conversation. Crungo, I mean, listen, I'm a big believer. I don't know if you feel this way. I'm a big believer that it's good to have a little bit of pushback in chat.
Yeah.
Like I talk about this with the moderator team. About the moderator team. Me and the mods, we disagree on a lot of stuff. They ban people, I unban them. That's mostly how it goes. Sometimes they stay banned if it's like really bad, but usually I think it's good that we have like multiple views that are getting condensed into one signal, because it means I don't want to be the dictator, because then like what I want to be is a dictator, but then like the rest of the people are like, you suck as a dictator. And I think that creates like a healthy push and pull, right? Where things stay better for everybody. But
so Crungo
is mighty close to getting banned because it's really bad.
but Crungo, in saying the word Crungo, is bannable in your chat.
No, not yet, but maybe
okay.
like
it's close.
Yeah, because like I think Crungo is good when used sparingly. It's like truffle oil, right? Like truffle oil in 2014, you'd be like, oh my god, this tastes like truffles. But now you're going to like Five Guys and they're like, do you want truffle oil on the fries? And you're like, please, dude. Like it's already costing me $24 for the burger and fries. How much is this truffle oil going to set me back, right? Like it's overbought right now.
So like I think I experienced. So tell me if this is Crungo. Crungo is someone came over in chat today. And he said, "Hey, do you ever take your explicitive hat off?" And then I said, "Hey, are you new around here?" And he says, "No, I only get you by association from NL."
Wow, that's
but it's also like you're like, okay, so like that could be considered rude, right? But I go, hey, like, do you mean by association meaning like I got like force fed to like a bad hamburger at the lunchroom, or like, hey, like, oh, at the lunchroom today there's ice cream, and hey, I'll take one of those, right? Because it's same. Both. I didn't want to take the negative association, right? So I dug a little deeper, and he goes, already blocked you from my feed, bud. Good day. So I'm like, okay, fine. I'm like, okay, fine. So I looked at who he followed on Twitch. He followed you. He followed
Pine Sauce,
an ASMR streamer that.
Jen Fox, I saw Jen Fox in there,
but then the linchpin is, because I'm a mod on your side, I was able to check his logs on your side, and it was like -2, ego, and I'm like, okay.
Oh no, that's J Flarp, man.
No, it's not J Flarp. I don't want to put his name on blast because J Flarp's gonna be okay. But this other guy, and I'm like, okay, I don't feel as holy. Hey, do you want to say hi to Ryan? Yeah, I just got to tell you, hold on 1 second. My wife just came in, brought some food unasked for.
Love
you
that.
don't come on stream because you have stuff on that identifies where we live. But
Hi, Ryan.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
We're good. We're carrying the glass.
Oh.
Check this out.
Wow. You guys having fun?
So far, so good. Yeah. Talking shop.
Yeah. All right. How's the fam?
Good. Kids at school right now.
Guess what Ryan told me about?
What?
Yeah, are you aware of Tide Pens?
Very aware. I live on planet Earth.
Oh, that's so real. Dan's way behind the times.
He is. We only have like 5 in our house right now.
Oh, the truth comes out.
Uh-huh. Oh, Des wants to say hi too. All right, tell everyone I said hi, Ryan.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
How your teams doing so far?
Decent.
Decent. Love that. How about the Pistons made the playoffs this year, right?
Yeah.
How'd they do?
Bad.
Bad. Oh, well. Hey, my favorite hockey team didn't even make the playoffs. So you got me beat there. Yeah, they're not very good. And then, get this, our coach actually quit. That's how bad we are. Usually the coach gets fired, but he said, I've had enough of this nonsense, and he left.
Ask him if he has any appropriate.
Do I have any school appropriate jokes?
Do I have any school appropriate jokes? Okay. What does a T-Rex do when he's asleep?
I don't know.
Dino snore.
I don't get it.
Get it? It's like
No.
dinosaur, but with a snore.
Oh, I get it.
It's pretty good.
Bye.
Bye. I got lucky.
Thanks for obliging.
Dude, my daughter told me that one yesterday. I was lucky that I had one in the chamber.
I think if she would have told Des that, he would have laughed. I think there's just like a kid code.
Yeah, I mean, she owned the joke, right? Like, I don't know if she wrote it, but she told it better than I did for sure.
Oh, look at that. Would you ever walk on flaming coals?
I don't think so.
Is that real?
I guess I
or-
just
or is
don't
it-
see the point.
Is that real, or is it some sort of like wizardry?
I think it is scary, but if you walk fast, it's just hot. It doesn't actually like burn you badly.
Is it sleight of hand with the coal? Like, are the coals at like a temperature not to burn you? You know what I mean? Like, you can.
No, I
the
think they're
coals
really
are
hot, man. I think they're really hot. I think as long as you like move quick, you don't get burned.
It's like when you thumb out a candle wick. You do it quick, you're okay.
Do you do that? I've never done that.
You never? Oh, I do. Anytime, like if I got to earn some points with my kids, I'll just do that, and they're like it's like wizardry.
Do you
know?
like? Do you have to wet your thumb and your forefinger first?
I do that, but I think there's a moment of you're jumping off the cliff the first time you do it, and you're like, okay, this is either gonna hurt or you're gonna be the champ at the table.
That's kind of sick, man. I always blow it out at like a fool.
I think when you're at your next dad's like function, if there's a candle at the restaurant, I think you got to do it.
But what if it starts like an arms race? Like what if like another dude eats the candle or something, and then like it comes back to me? Hey, I have to ask, by the way. So we've got like a sports day coming up at our daughter's school.
Okay.
Have you ever experienced something like that in your?
I mean, my kids don't have sports day, but it's like a pseudo-themed field day where there's a bunch of, I wouldn't call them parlor games, but like, hey, here's like, I'm trying to think. Little Miss Moffat, they have like a spider they have to run from.
Okay.
So they're like little like outdoor activity games, but it's not tennis and football. Is yours like hardcore?
Well, I don't
sport?
know. That's why I asked, because I thought it would be like kids doing a sack race or whatever.
Yeah.
But Kate is like, get ready. I've seen videos from like other schools, and it might actually be like the parents doing athletic competitions for the kids to watch.
I have to be honest, I've never heard of that in my life.
She was telling me she was watching some videos on Instagram of like the parents were going all out in like the 100-yard dash and stuff like that, trying to win favor in front of their kids.
Well, let me ask this, because I always think about whatever the activity is, what is in it for the people who it's meant for, which is the children, right?
Right, yeah.
So just to oblige me, if it's for the children, what do the children get seeing like you race like 15 other dads?
Well, if your
They're all
dad
just gonna be
wins,
sitting-
you're like proud of your dad.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't?
But then you're like, your dad's no longer a superhero, I guess.
Are you willing to risk that?
Yeah, because like, what are you gonna do? Be the dad who's like not gonna take his shirt off in the pool? That's even more of an aura loss, is to like abstain from the competition.
Okay. So has Kate said like because look, I'm not gonna make any stereotypical judgments, but typically people who are experts in the oboe are not
my wife.
necessarily. Yes, I'm just saying. I'm not saying Kate are not necessarily like gonna hit 5 3-pointers in a row. I'm not saying it's not possible, but typically, if you give like the lead oboist of the Philharmonic Symphonia, they're not gonna hit a 3-pointer.
I don't know. I've seen Steph on the hardcore, but I've never seen him in the orchestra pit. That's all I'm saying.
Out of 100, let's just make a snap judgment. Out of 100, like professional oboists, how many of them do you think could make a 3-pointer out of 10 attempts?
What percentage of professional oboists could make 1 3-pointer out of 10 attempts?
Yes.
15-20%.
Okay, I'll take that. Like, could I see Kate like dominating like tennis? Yes. Maybe she's a wicked shooter. I don't know, but I'm just saying, where does Kate feel her athletic abilities lie for this upcoming competition?
Kate, would you like to answer that? You're right though. You flipped the script, and I appreciate that because at no point did I say, "Oh, aren't they going to have the moms do any competitions?" It just went straight into fight or flight, and I was like, I gotta stay trained up because like I might have to protect my aura.
No, I think Kate's scrappy. Don't give me that. I'm not talking about scrappiness. I'm talking about athletic ability, Chad.
You don't think she's got some heat? You haven't seen what she's done to me after I like wake up to pee at 3 in the morning and then say I'm not gonna flush because it's gonna wake up the family. I'll flush in the morning when I wake up, and then I forget to flush in the morning. And then I come up at 10 to 8 and I go, "What's wrong?" And then I look in her eyes and I go, "Oh no, I didn't flush." No,
that's too real,
no. There should be one toilet in the house should be a quiet toilet that like flushes worse, but it's only for nighttime pees. Like that's the one time the bedpan mogs the toilet, man.
I mean, well, you could always also use one of your daughter's old mini toilets. You know, those are essentially bedpan.
But then I gotta manually flush it, and you know what that means. You ever have one of those potties in your car and you use it, and then you're like, when we get home, I gotta rinse that out, and then like 2 days later, you see it in the trunk, and you're like, oh no.
I do have to say, I've seen some unhinged things in chat, but someone in your chat said drink up.
Oh man.
And not to go down that road, but if you were in the desert,
Yeah.
and scientifically, and you're like very dehydrated and you have like hours to live,
Yeah.
would that hydrate you or no? Do you know? I'm
So
saying
here's
like
the
not
thing.
joking. I'm saying real life.
People say it doesn't hydrate you. It's like anti-hydrating, but that can't be true. I'm not saying it's as hydrating as water, because that's insane. Because it's water plus stuff, but it's still gotta be like 90% water if you're getting it on the first pass. But if you are dehydrated and you drink your pee and then you have to pee again, you can't drink like the 6th or 7th pass, because that's gotta be like there's a reason you're flushing
pebbles.
it, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just pebbles. But I think in that scenario, life or death. I think if it's not realistic. I think if it's cold, I think you could pinch your nose and stay hydrated. And I don't think you would even taste it.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
How would it be cold? If you're in the desert and it came out of your body.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying if it were cold, I don't think it would be as bad as I think it's like a 10 out of 100 on the gross scale. In terms of like the process of you staying hydrated. If it's hot or warm, I think you're probably in the 90 percentile of the. I mean, I may not drink it.
I think. Let me put it this way: if we're in a zombie apocalypse and the humans are losing, I might lose the will to live. It seems like, and then like, oh, so we run from the zombies today. What does that get us? We can eat another can of beans and then like run tomorrow. Like that, I might lose my will to live. If I was like definitely gonna die of thirst, and drinking my own piss gave me like a 2% chance to live, or even like an extra 0.01% chance to live, bottoms up, brother. I'll give it a try. I can tank a little bit of discomfort for a chance to get back to like a first world existence.
But if it was cold, I'm saying I don't even think it would be that bad with a nose pinch.
I think you're saying that because it looks like apple juice.
I feel like there's maybe like 5 or 6 boxes you can be put into in a zombie apocalypse to be of value to a civilization.
Yeah.
What box do you think you would fill in the zombie apocalypse?
I don't know, man.
I feel like you would be partial engineer. Like you'd be the like fixed it guy.
I have no engineering skills whatsoever. Yeah, I would be a zombie.
No, but I feel like because of that, you would be like you would have some ingenuity in things you would build. Like some engineer would be like, well, we need to install the French drain to get this out. And you're like, no, bro, let's just put some sandbags down. And
nah, that's not me. That's not me.
No? So what would you be? Because you don't need a comedian in a zombie apocalypse.
No, that's 100% true. I'd have to pretend not to be funny. Otherwise, they'd probably kill me. Because you're only ever one bad joke plus a bad day away from getting killed. But I think grunt work. So you need somebody to like throw the sandbags that the engineers told you to place. I can keep my morale high while throwing sandbags for a long time. And maybe like above average cardio guy who can like go out to the pharmacy and scavenge, and then like if it pops off, I got a decent chance to make it back to the camp at least.
Got it. So you're like the Glenn.
Yeah,
Glenn was a good scavenger. Okay, I can.
But I don't think I'd have the same power level as Glenn. I think I'd be like 0.8 Glens, at least right now.
Oh, I got you, because I do feel like you were starting to sell yourself short by just saying you're like the grunt, because I think you provide more than that.
Somebody's got to be the grunt though, man. You know, I think about that. You ever have like Thanksgiving at your house instead of at your parents' house or like at your in-laws' house?
I have some holidays, but not Thanksgiving. But yeah, I'm with you.
So sometimes you end up with 20 family members in your house, but there's only like 8 things to do. So all of a sudden, as the tip of the spear, you're spending all your time trying to make work for people who are like, I can't just sit around. And you're like, okay, well, I don't know, put a napkin out at everyone's seat or something like that. Like, leave me alone. I got to check the temp on the turkey. So I always think about one time we had Christmas at our house, and my father-in-law was just on the couch watching Squid Game. And I was like, he's actually doing more than like 30% of the people here, because he's just out of the way, not asking, like, not worried about being perceived as not working. So he's trying to find something to do for himself, which is making more work for everybody else. He was just enjoying himself, which is what we wanted, man.
I have to say, out of all the analogies you've ever told, I think this is, maybe it's an American perspective, the most unrelatable, at least in my domain.
Really, you would be like, get off the couch, buddy.
No. If you're
they would all
hosting,
be on the couch, and you would be like,
yeah, you may have like 2 people be like, hey, what can I do to help? Everyone else is like, oh man, this football game. Hey, we got any snacks? Like, it's just like the 2 people that offer to help. I'm like, I don't want to overload them. There's so much to do, but like, yeah, do you want to do this? And I like, it's really, Ryan. I'm really. It's not even a joke. It's not like that. At least, you know, it's usually like 2 to 3 people do everything, and 17 people are just there soaking it all up.
Dude, like every holiday I've ever been to, every family holiday, it's like people are pushing other people out of the way to be like, let me take that. Can I pull this out of the oven for you? I want to do the dishes. Can I dry the dishes for you? Like,
no, it's not, bro. Around here, that's called 1 in a million, man. Enjoy it. Like, you know, if people want to fold napkins, give them a whole stack. Just give me your laundry, man. I mean, anything, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, I think this is the rare scenario where we identified something that is like that. That would be, to me, completely bizarre. Amazing, but bizarre.
Maybe we don't have like a sports tradition on our holidays, because you guys, the Lions always play on Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah. So what do you guys watch on Thanksgiving? Nothing?
The Lions, but nobody cares. Really? Most Canadian football fans are like Bills fans, so.
And I don't think that's like a family thing. Like, I have very nice family members. Like, they're gracious, they're not slobs, you know, that kind of stuff. But I just think it's a cultural thing. You know,
interesting.
Like, yeah.
Because I'm definitely, I mean, because if you're steeped in the environment, I guess that's how you're likely to come up. But whenever I'm at like someone's house, I'm like, I have to do something. Whenever other people are at my house, I'm like, damn, sit your ass down.
But like when you ask to do when you ask to do something at someone else's house, are they like, oh no, we're good, we got it, or do they give you something to do?
I would say it's like 70% they're like, we got it, 30% they're like, you can do, here's like a token task you can do so you feel included.
Like, what would that task be? That's like nuts. Like,
set the table, you know.
It's someone else's house?
Stir the gravy or something like that.
What?
The same way it's like crazy for you, it's crazy for me that you just have everybody like seated on the couch. And then you got like, what? Because Thanksgiving or Christmas, you got like 20 dishes on the go or something like that. You got 1 or 2 people in the kitchen managing the whole thing.
Yeah, brother. Like, You're my buddy, but you're not sticking your spoon in my gravy. That's
It's your spoon.
Yeah, it's my spoon. What do you don't touch my spoon and stir my gravy? That's my job.
That's crazy, man.
No, here's what happened. Here's how at least American holidays on my side, and it's not just my side, but also my wife's side. So it's like 2 sample sizes, which I know is not very high. But like someone will bring, like you'll bring a dish, they'll slop it on the counter, like just drop it on the counter, and then it's TV time or socializing time, and like 2 or 3 people manage everything else.
I get it. You don't want too many people in the kitchen too. Which was actually like exactly my point. Like I was happy my father-in-law was on the couch. But one time we had Christmas at our house, and then like I can't remember what I had to do, but I had to like leave and do something. And when I came back, my in-laws had done all the dishes, and I was like, that's the dream. Those dishes must have taken like 45 minutes to an hour, and they knocked it out without even asking. Now, did they stack them a little weird? Put some of the stuff back, not where I would have put it back, but still, it was very nice of them to do, which I appreciated.
I do have to give a shout out to my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law always does that, and like I don't bank on it, but like if we host and there's cousins and aunts and uncles around, I'm like, okay, at least I know that when I go to the kitchen, like my mother-in-law is doing all the dishes. So but that's rare. That's a 1 in a million. But also, I would not. I don't care if she puts the glasses next to the forks. I'm just happy, man. Because I'm just telling you. But here's my thing: if you're at someone's house and they're like, "Yeah, stir the gravy," in your head, aren't you like, "Screw you, bud. It's your gravy. Like you're serving me."
No, man, no. Because like
that's what a host does. It's not peer to peer. They're hosting.
Yeah, but the burden of hosting is really high. Like I don't want to necessarily put a financial cost on it, but they're in the hole for hosting. Like it's their house. They got to do the cleaning. They had to tell everybody to be at the house at this time, move the cars around so that there's enough space for everybody's GMC Suburban to fit in the driveway or on the road. Like then since they're taking on such a burden willingly, you try to take a little bit of stuff to lighten the load to say like, I appreciate you hosting.
Yeah, but the way that we do that in America is you slop down like a dish and maybe like a bottle of wine or, a bottle of tequila. To me, that's the equalizer. You don't come empty-handed.
Of course, yeah.
But also when you're at the party, your hands better be empty unless it's with food.
Dude, can I say too?
Yeah.
We got to start bringing 12 packs of CZ. Like we have other parents over. And it's the social custom. I'm not upset by it. But they bring a bottle of wine. Kate and I basically don't drink. We've now become like the bank of wine. So it's good because when we go to like other people's house, we can be like, here's some wine.
Gift.
But also like we're not like nobody's taking advantage of it. Like we're just passing. It's like the modern banking system. We're just passing ones and zeros back and forth, and nobody's actually sampling the nectar of life.
Wait, so if you're going somewhere and they don't have CZ, you guys bring your own CZ?
No, I would never. We would bring a bottle of wine,
really?
And then I would say, like, I'll have some water.
So would you bring wine and... Would you ever consider wine and CZ?
No, because it's like, it's hard to broach the subject of being like, hey, I'm a serious adult. And then also being like, I'll have a soda. Like, they're two opposed values. So you got to kind of introduce it. You have to soft launch the CZ. Like maybe they come over to your house and you say like, hey, can I get you anything? There's that wine you brought. I got Coke Zero. And then if they say, Coke Zero sounds nice, then you're like, my man.
So then when you go to their house, you'll be like, hey, subconsciously, I know you enjoyed that CZ. Here's a case for you.
Yeah, exactly. You were loving that CZ last time. Here you go.
Okay, I got you. I will say the caveat to the being rude at hosting, which I guess you would maybe consider being American. I don't ask to help with the food, but I'm a big garbage guy.
Oh, dude. Well, listen, my wife's watching right now, so we shouldn't say this. It's like the best chore. You just take the bag out, put it in the can, and then like once a week you move the can a little bit. And then you get one full chore's worth of credit for it, but it's not the same as doing the laundry. Let's put it that way.
But I'm saying at parties, that's to me is like if you want to climb the social ladder to go from like grunt to King Joffrey, in America, if you say, hey, like, oh, you don't, and you just do it, you don't ask, you take out the garbage, you come back to a king's ransom. At least that's my experience. Because I know no one else is going to do that. So when I do that, it's like you get double down exponential brownie points.
And it's like Power Wash Simulator, because you're like, it starts really messy, and then as you clean, it gets better and better. Dude, you know what I miss about the 90s, and some people are probably still rocking this, I'm not passing judgment. When you'd have like a lot of people over, eat on all disposable flatware, and then just put your arm on the table like the coin pusher, just slide it into the trash.
Brother, if there's a kids table and we're hosting and there's a kids table, that's what they're not touching any plates, forks, yeah.
You got these environmentally friendly chipboard forks. The forks they're compostable, but they can't go straight into the compost, so you got to wash the fork, then you got to put it in the compost, and you're like, why do we have a disposable fork that I have to wash? I've got perfectly good forks in the drawer that I could have just given them.
Speaking of Minecraft, though, let's do this jump, and then I saw my first Jack Black movie. I have to say,
that's your first Jack Black movie, Minecraft.
Yes.
See, that I could see now. Your 1-star review of it makes a lot more sense.
Outside of Mario, which I don't count because it's just a voice, but
sure, yeah.
I was shocked. 100% of the scenes he was in was like a middle school thespian, over the top. Oh, it's flint and steel. It's hands. It's Aquaman. It's like there was no natural, normal dialogue. Like, and I'm not everything was
right.
Hand explosions, big face. And I'm like, what? Is this every movie he's in?
I would like to say I completely understand where you're coming from. That's Jack Black distilled. It was like your first time sipping alcohol and you had Everclear. And you're like, people drink this? When you're like, well, not really. Like maybe once, as like to break things up a little bit. But most of the time you're getting something that's a little bit more subtle than that. Not a lot more subtle than that, but a little bit more subtle than that.
If you're only used to drinking Everclear, right? Like, how do you ever go back?
You probably just say, I'm sober for the rest of my life, maybe.
Because it was distracting to me.
I think that's fair. I mean, the Minecraft movie, I think it's not a good movie at all. I think what it is like, you do like a long run from time to time.
Yeah.
This happens to me on the bike maybe like once a month. You get 80% of the way through the exercise, and in the last 20%, your brain is just like, Skittles would taste so good right now. Or like just like a liter of orange juice would hit the spot like so good right now because your blood sugar is getting so low. That's what Minecraft was. Minecraft was like eating just the icing and throwing the cake in the garbage.
Okay. So that makes a little more sense. I will say my 1-star review of Minecraft movie on Letterboxd, I stand by this. It's the worst movie I've ever seen that I've stayed in the theater for, but also a really fun movie experience.
Yeah, it wasn't boring, that's for sure.
I had a little bit of... So I remember I told you about my real life +2 and the F-250. I had a real life -2 at the Minecraft movie theater.
No.
So it's like a Sunday. It's like a Sunday at a random time. The theater is packed. It's still packed. I'm like, okay, man, this is why we're here, right? Like, I'm telling my sons before, like they've been laughing about Chicken Jockey. They still don't know what it is. And so I'm anticipating the moment. I don't know what it's, and I'm like, okay, guys, when you see, this is the only part I know. Like when you see like the wrestling ring, it's going to happen. Okay. So I'm waiting. The wrestling ring shows up. I lean over to my son. Hey, he's about to say it. My other son, he's about to say it. And so like, I'm like priming them. I'm like, all right, boys, like get ready. Like this is the moment. Jack Black comes on. He utters and I yell, "Chicken Jockey!"
Oh,
my sons look at me like I'm crazy, and no one else in the theater said Chicken Jockey. I was -2 embarrassment and disappointment because that's the whole reason I wanted to see the movie, and it didn't happen.
You were the only guy who said Chicken Jockey?
And there's kids in there. I don't know what it was. I'm like, I told my sons to like let them know this is the moment, and they left me out there too and looked at me.
Oh man, that's so good.
But that's like when you saw Minecraft. Didn't you hear at least a couple people say
everybody but us? It seemed like shouted "Chicken Jockey" at the screen.
So that was my Minecraft movie.
You know, there were probably some people in there who were like, "I've been waiting a month and a half for the hype to die down to take my kids to see Minecraft, so I didn't have to deal with Chicken Jockey." And wouldn't you know it?
It was a fun experience, though.
That is actually so good, though. And you like, so when the lights came up, did you get out of there like ASAP?
I just tanked it.
Yeah.
I mean,
like only the people within like 10 people of you knew it was you. You know what you should have done? You should have right after that been like, who said that? Then on the way out, people would have been like, hey, thanks for standing up for the rest of the crowd.
I was expecting the theater on a Sunday midday to not even be packed. So when I saw it was packed, you can only imagine my anticipation, which made the sting hurt even more.
Man, for sure. Like that's when I saw Avengers Endgame Thursday at midnight, you know? And then the dude behind me had the Thanos glove where every 5 minutes when he'd reach in for popcorn, I would hear until eventually the dude next to him was like, hey, can you turn your glove off? If that dude, when Captain America grabbed Mjolnir and proved that he was worthy enough to hold it, if that dude hadn't stood up and clapped, I would have felt betrayed. So I can put myself in your shoes 100%.
Didn't you say, because I know we talked about this maybe 5 years ago. Didn't you say you teared up in that movie?
Dude, it's an emotional moment. I'll tell you something, like, and this is the same way I teared up in Endgame. I 100% cry anytime I see any variant of live theater. At some point, they sing a song with choreography and the sets are moving and stuff like that, and something in my brain just goes, this bitch was a lot of work. And they got it done. Look at this. They spent 6 months practicing this set piece right here. They had practices 2 times a week, dress rehearsals. People were like practicing in the mirror at home and stuff like that. Like there's a 1,000 moving parts that are all meticulously timed. And look at this. They only get 1 or 2 cracks at it and they nailed it. And I just like, it makes me emotional because I'm like, they did it. The madmen, they did it.
So, as someone who experienced a Disney cruise with you and also 3 live theater shows,
yeah,
Beauty and the Beast, caught. You got me. When the little teapot or the little kid goes, "Mama, Mama," like, okay, I got some tears there.
And it's messed up. The witch should not have turned the kid into a broken teacup. The kid didn't do anything wrong. The beast betrayed her. She could have just turned the beast in, like the dude, into the beast, but instead she said, "No, this like 6-year-old kid, you're a cup now." How does that make it? And you're supposed to be like, yeah, he was an evil guy. He got what was coming to him. The kid didn't do anything wrong, and they turned him into a teacup with a little chip missing.
I'm with you. I mean, I had some waterworks going, but the Golden Mickeys, you cried during the Golden Mickeys?
Probably the first time, but now I've seen it like 8 times. So I'm just like, okay. Here we go. Here's Tim Allen.
Okay.
And some of the ships, they don't have Tim Allen. They have Bob Iger instead, the CEO of Disney, and he's talking to Ensign Benson, and you're just like, the timing's it's not quite right because it's a video versus a real person. But
wait, so then you were being a good sport when I'm like, hey, do you want to see the Golden Mickeys? But you've seen it like 8 times.
I go every time, but like,
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to see it just because of you. I was going to see it because it's Golden Mickey's night. But
okay, all right. Should we make this jump before people in chat melt out? No, I'm with you. Like,
well, not this one then, because you got something to say.
Like, there's a lot of times, man. I think it's right. Maybe like when you had. Okay, go.
Ah!
Nice.
Oh.
I do find myself crying way more often, or at least not like bawling, but like tears in the eyes, and kind of sometimes proud tears in the eyes. Like you see your daughter running, and you're like, man, it's gone by really fast.
Yeah,
you know,
my daughter had a concert this week, and I was like,
Bro, those are you better slip a few Kleenex in the pocket, brother.
And my parents were there too, so it's 3 generations of emotions.
In life. I mean, that's like they're looking over your shoulders, you're looking over your shoulders to your daughter. I mean, it's like
yeah. That's what it's all about,
life.
man. And I was also like, I say this to Chad all the time. You learn more about yourself when you have a kid. Like during the performance, there's like 2 classes singing, and she was enthusiastic for her songs. But then when they were sitting down, she was also like lip syncing the songs from the other class, and I was like, that's my girl right there. That would have been me. I would have been like, the older kids are like missing their cues. Here's how I would have done it.
Yeah, no, and then whoa. So then you get like the double concert, right? Because don't judge me, but when my kids, similar thing, they're in a concert and there's multiple classes. If they're not singing, I'm kind of like I'm really trying to enjoy it. I'm like, oh, this, there's a lot of people worked hard on this, but I'm also looking at the program. I'm okay, like.
Well, yeah, because it turns out they're not your kid. First graders are not great at singing songs, right? Like you don't see a lot of first graders on American Idol. Yeah. It's for the parents. Next one.
Bro, one of my kids, their class sang "What a Wonderful World," and I'm like, man, they're baiting the parents with this. They knew what they were doing, man. It's like they were reverse engineered tears.
Did they hit the Louis Armstrong voice, or was it like when there's a commercial that tries to guilt you into donating to charity, so they just go, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. They didn't have one kid going, the colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. I say, how do you do?
No, they didn't even need to get to the main stanza, man. It was already waterworks in the joint.
Dude, that was me with that Sarah McLachlan song from Toy Story 2. All the toy ever, the toy, her whole world was her owner, bro. And then she didn't get played with for like 10 years because her owner became a teenager. And you're like, that's pretty sad. Then one day the owner picks her up and Jessie's so happy. She's like, that's my best friend again. We're going to be friends. She puts her in a box and drives her to the middle of nowhere and drops the box off on the side of the road and drives off, man. That's not okay. You can't be doing that.
All right, I'm really not. I don't want to drive the stake into your heart here, but that's a metaphor for
dude,
kids. Where the parents
exactly
get stuck in the box. They're not, and when they hit 18, you think toys, parents. I'm not talking to them. Ew, gross.
Yeah, but when they hit like 25, though, all of a sudden it's like, Dad, I need help with the down payment or something. And then who's laughing?
You're like, down payment here. You got the keys to the YouTube channel, sweetie. Good luck.
Here's some CZ. That's how Dad did it.
Here's some CZ and a microphone. No webcam. You want to tell jokes? There you go.
All right, let's go.
Wait, so do you bang out an episode a day?
Usually it depends because they vary, but usually it's like an episode and a half.
And I know you trained your body, but what time do you wake up to bang that one out?
Usually like 4:25. Waking up at 5:15 and then getting on the bike by 6. That's every day, bro. Like that's normie core now. Mm-hmm. Waking up at 4:25. That's the day where I'm like, that's rough.
Give me the Skittles.
Well, I do have probably maybe 1,000 calories of maltodextrin on the ride, but then then it's done. You don't have to think about it.
What is you eat during the ride, or you're saying you're burning it?
Well, you put the powder in the water bottle and shake it up.
Wait, so you consume 1,000 calories while you're burning 1,000 calories?
No, it's probably like 720 or something like that.
That you burn or eat?
That you eat. And then the burn would probably be like 1,800.
Oh, geez.
But it's not about the calories in, calories out. It's about you got to fuel on the bike so that you don't end up in a coma for the rest of the day.
Got it. So you're still... Wait, do you think you're in a calorie deficit daily?
No. I've gained 7-8 pounds this year.
Of muscle or of fat?
of fat for sure. I'm eating so much granola.
So that's kind of good. So it's a good trade-off. So you feel full and you're like eating way more than you should, but you're burning more than you should. So it's a net. So you get the enjoyment of eating a lot without the negatives of it.
I think that's my life philosophy, is you engage in the hedonism to some extent, and then you grind through the karmic cost. You don't try to skirt the karmic cost. What would the
karmic cost in this situation?
So I say this, everybody's on their own journey. Different things work for different people. Okay? I think that a diet where you try to enjoy the food but avoid the karmic debt is like the Atkins diet, where you're like, check it out. I can eat as much bacon as I want. As long as I never eat lettuce, like I'm chill. That to me is like, excuse the messy metaphor, it's like having your cake and eating it too. My philosophy is more like, I enjoy eating the ice cream, so I'm going to eat the ice cream, and then I'll pay the ice cream maker back at 5:15 in the morning tomorrow.
So you pay the piper to dance. You're not skirting the piper and trying to get into the club for free.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying, hey, piper, play me a song, and then he calls me back tomorrow and I change my number, because then I think. I don't think you can do that forever. I think you can pay the cost forever, because like, if you're like, oh, the cost is getting too much, then you're like, oh, I'm going to stop having so many songs. Like right now, I'm like, I've gained maybe 7-8 pounds this year. I'm like, I should probably eat less ice cream. So what do? It's rate differentials. You cut your ice cream down 20%, wait 2 weeks, see what changes, and then maybe you up this and you cut that, and you're it's like a grade 10 chemistry experiment. Like we're buffering, we're doing a titration here.
So unlike tomorrow, you said you got a 180 tomorrow.
Yeah.
How are you smashing a gallon of ice cream at night?
No.
How much ice cream are you smashing?
I'm like a go to the parlor, get a scoop sort of guy.
Oh, but you're going multiple times a week if you're...
Two times a week, I would say. 2 times a week.
So you know what it sounds like? And it's kind of hitting me for the first time? You're life maxing.
That's what I think so, yeah.
That's interesting. You're like doing everything. And I wouldn't say not paying a consequence, because the consequence is you're waking up at 4:20 and you're working your tail off. But the benefits are ice cream twice a week, and there's no negative.
Handfuls of granola every time I go to the pantry. It's stuff, it adds up, man. That's why I think it depends on your philosophy about life. Do you think that life is like the sum total of your life is your Wikipedia page? It's like 8 notable events, and if they're good, then you're like, I did my job. Maybe so. I've thought about that for a time, but now I'm like, I think the sum total of my life right now is like, how much am I enjoying every single day in a sustainable way, so that I can keep that up as long as possible.
Bro, there's nothing. You go in the pantry and you're like, I shouldn't have this handful of granola, but you don't have that. You're like, I'm gulping it because you earned it.
I still have it. I'm like, I don't need this granola, but I'm like, I'm gonna eat it anyway.
Because you paid the piper.
Because I want to, and then I pay the piper. It's better than the model of like, yeah, I don't really care about like my health, and then like all of a sudden you're struck with like the lightning bolt of like, wait, I'm fat. I need to lose 30 pounds in the next 2 months. And then like, like week 1 of an insane diet, you're like, I could probably do this for the rest of my life. And then like week 2, you're like licking seasonings like right out of the spice rack and stuff like that. Like that just, you can't be doing that for your whole life. That's insane.
Got it. So
I had like 15 years of that, and like it if it worked, I wouldn't have been doing it anymore.
So before, like, say we were riding like 5-6 years, you were tanking the ice cream and granola. You were going to the club without paying the piper.
Yes, I was like, that's the next guy's problem. You know what I did, and this is another lens at which I look through life. And again, I don't think I have it all figured out. I think it's helpful. People are not going to like this. I think it's helpful to be realistic and like stop thinking of yourself as like a young kid. Like stop being like, I'll lose weight when the doctor tells me I have to lose weight. It's like, now's the time. You're 36 years old, or I was like 32. It's time to like act like a 32-year-old. It's not time to be like, look, I'm still 21. I can eat chicken tenders for dinner. Like the longer that goes on for, you pay more of a tax on it every single year.
So when you made that decision at 32 to grow up, did you know that you'd be talking about drinking urine at age 36, 4 years later?
I think that's aura too, though.
No, I get. So you had was there a moment when you're like, all right, this is enough. I got to start working out.
Well, I think I may have told you before, but like
the glaucoma.
Not the glaucoma, but that was due to blood pressure, I'm sure, so it didn't help. But like I caught a reflection of myself in the elevator mirror, and I was like, my gut was sticking out, and then I was like, well, that's just how everybody looks. Now watch what happens when I suck it in, and then I sucked it in, and it didn't move at all, and I was like, that's a bad sign, because like. I think when you have a gut, when you're sucking it in as much as you can, you're like, I can't even lie to myself anymore. And you can lie to yourself for a long time. I thought Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl.
He didn't. It was like
Greasy?
the 70s. Yeah.
Bob
Which like
Greasy?
I got an issue with that.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
I think you can enjoy the stick without the ick. Meaning like they can celebrate every year, but I don't like the fact that they celebrate when a team loses.
I think
You know
that's
what I mean?
sick, though. I think
don't.
I think it's a cool tradition. Why don't you
It's
Why
like
don't you
you're
like
right.
it? Why don't you like it?
Because it's like someone right now in chat being like, I hope they break this glass. That's
Yeah.
but they're 80 years old in a retirement home. It's like, man, dude, don't you want to see the next torch be passed? You just want to die with it?
I think we need more haters, to be honest.
Why?
I think we have a more positivity is good, but I think we have a lot of people with hate in their heart pretending to be positive, and I find that level of artifice spiritually offensive.
Well, I don't
Like
think
when if you hate a movie, I hate when people say something like you can tell that they're seething. They're like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I think that this movie being popular is bad for society, but they're like, well, I could see how somebody would enjoy it. And I'm not trying to say that if you enjoyed it, you're stupid. And also, if you're like a kid, I could see how it might be like your favorite movie of all time. But for me, it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. Like, I would prefer if they were like, because you don't have to, we have this idea now that every single person needs to have the edges rounded off of their opinions as if they speak for all entire communities. Whereas I think it's unrealistic. You're only responsible for your own opinions. Your opinions, especially on something inconsequential like media, can be extreme, and I won't be offended by it at all because I don't think that your opinion impinges on my opinion whatsoever. You don't have to speak as if you represent the entire community of people that are watching movies and like, oh, if a book reader reads this, they're going to think all movie watchers are jerks. Like you're one guy. You take all the one guys, add them together, sum their opinion, and that's the community speaking.
all I gotta say is base plus 20,000. But you know how you do that? You hit the movie with a half star on Letterboxd.
That's true. I can't remember the last time I gave something higher than a 4.5 or lower than a 2. But partly that's just because I don't watch movies that are like obviously awful most of the time. But
all right, I got a real life scenario for you that happened, and I haven't made a moral decision, but
Okay.
I'm gonna lean on you as moral guidance on this one. So I was purchasing a trading card on eBay, and the photo looked a little blurry. So we negotiated a price on eBay. I'm like, hey, like photo looks a little blurry, and the guy's like, oh, I just have a bad scanner. I'm like, okay, whatever. So the card gets delivered. You gotta know, man, to spot a fake, you don't have to be a genius. I'm like, this is not real.
I don't think you
Right,
put like
it's-
a real good card in the scanner either. Like, isn't that?
I
the
mean,
light
it's
is
like
so
a-
strong, doesn't it? Like impact the card?
I don't think so, but it's like a fairly, like it's a pretty good card, but it's fake. It's just flat out fake. So I respond to him like, hey, remember, like I had some question on the scan, like this is fake. And I didn't say you knew it was fake, but I'm just like, hey, this is fake. And basically, like, if you know nothing about cards, Ryan, if I showed you this card, you'd be like,
Like the stock is all wrong.
You just know.
The
You
ink
would know.
isn't right. They're not using premium ink.
Yeah, but like on the picture, I gave him the benefit of the doubt because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a blurry photo, whatever. So then he's like, okay, I'll refund you, but return the item and don't leave a bad review. And to me, the moral judgment is, what kind of review do I leave? And he's gonna get this card back and probably try and sell it again to someone. And if I can prevent someone from going through this hassle and or thinking that it's real, don't I need to leave a negative review? But I don't ever leave negative reviews for anything, ever, at any time.
I understand, because I go to like restaurants and I want to either put them on blast or I want to give them their flowers, but I don't want my identity associated with the review, right? Because like I'm not worried the restaurant's going to like come to my house and like break my knees, but I am worried that like someone in chat might be like, hey, nice 5-star review of this place or something like that. It's just, I don't want it. What I might do in that situation is, I understand your moral compulsion, accept the refund, send the product back, and report for like selling misleading goods or like a misleading listing or something.
Right.
Because the review is public, but the report is fake, or not fake, but anonymous. And then if they don't take action, well, I think you did what you had to do. And if if they take action, then good, even better.
But let me ask you this: say that he takes this card, relists it, someone buys it and gets scammed, but they go to look at the reviews, and not one person ever said, "Hey, this guy sold me a fake card." You know what I mean? Like if I'm buying a card and I see a red review and it says he sold me a fake card, I'm clicking off.
Of course. No, I agree.
So that's the thing. So you would not you just wouldn't leave any kind of review.
I mean, I think if you could leave a review pseudonymously, like not connected to your sale, your purchase of the product, then that's a different thing. I mean, I think the right thing to do is leave a negative review, but I probably wouldn't be comfortable doing it. I think the report is good. And then just make up something in the report. Be like, he put like a knife in the letter. So that the AI that reviews the reports is like, violence spotted, no human being has to look at this, account terminated.
Nice.
That's a good idea. Positive review, calling it out. This guy was really good about refunding me on this fake card he sold me.
I actually
get away! You're too close.
I could wrap my head around that. Oh no, dude. Oh, I know. We're gonna wrap in a minute. I have to tell you a heartbreaking story real quick. I had to return something. Do you ever order? If you order something on Amazon, you can take it to UPS.
Yeah.
And they like do everything for you. This one, they took me to Staples. So I'm like, fine, I'll go to Staples. I go to Staples. I don't know how it got. Oh, so I'm walking into Staples. There's this older guy with a laptop walking in, and he just starts like yelling. So something's not all right. But it's like, hey, look, I was getting updates from Norton Antivirus telling me to send him money, so I wanted to bring it in. And I'm like, and I told the guy, I'm like, hey, you're doing the right thing. You didn't send any money. He's like, yeah. I'm like, and then they're like, come over. And then the lady at the cashier tells me, she goes, this is more common than you think. I go, what do you mean? She goes, we just had a regular, which I guess there's regular at Staples.
Okay, that's funny. to have someone describe a Staples customer as a regular is really funny.
Because you're about to cry. She's like, we have this regular comes in. She's a sweet old lady, and she came in crying, and her husband was yelling because she wired $30,000 to some guy on the internet. Man. And I said, I go, what do you mean? I go, this is the worst thing I've heard all month. She's like, I mean, like, I understand if you're paying for antivirus and maybe you get like hit for $500, like, but how did she wire him 30? She's like, she didn't. She gave him full access to her computer, and they sent $30,000. And I'm like, in what world? Like, how does that happen? Like, who's taking advantage of me, Ma, for 30 grand? And then what happened? Like, I just, like, you hear about the jokes and you see the guy on Twitch do it, and you're like, okay, no one actually falls for that. But
then you try to buy like a bottle of cranberry juice at the airport, and Visa goes, I don't think so, scammer. using your own card at an airport in Vancouver at 9 a.m. and then the same card at an airport in California at 1:30. What are you, some kind of time traveler? I don't think so, man.
Good save. Have you ever had your credit card turned off, or you're buying something that you're like, I got why they said it?
Yeah. Like
you want to share that? Or you?
Yeah, no. Like paying an invoice via credit card through like Square or something like that. My bank, if it's like a 1 month invoice, my bank's usually like, that's chill. But if it's like a 6 month invoice, then the bank will go like, you obviously, this is fraud. And then I got to call my bank and be like, it's not fraud. It's a real guy.
And you're like,
it's a real person. Yes, I know that they're named Dracula Fetus. I consent to this transaction taking place.
Do you ever, okay, last thing, and I know we got to go. Do you ever feel like Dracula Fetus looks at Librarian and it has him on like a lipstick list, like in Billy Madison?
No, man. I think that, why pit two goats against each other?
Well, I'm
Plus,
just saying.
Librarian A is not officially affiliated with the channel, and Librarian is making like edited videos off of the primary source. They're doing like, literature reviews. Drac is doing, thumbnails and original art. It's two different things.
Yeah, but Drac used to do like the cartoons.
Well, yeah, but the cartoons is like 10 hours of work for a 30-second video. Librarian is doing like 18 hours of work for like a 45-minute long video.
Okay, fair enough.
They're two different things. They can coexist. Exactly.
Oh, you Watanabe, don't start chirping. I saw you saying so. I almost, Librarian, I almost said something to you because you were sending some -2s towards Ryan, and I'm like, brother, you are gnawing the hand that is just not only feeding you but the next generations of your family. Anyways, no, it was fun, Ryan. I think we'll beat it next time though.
100%, dude. I mean, we're halfway there already, and we've already learned everything you need to learn.
And
like most games, it probably gets a lot easier once you get closer to the end.
Oh, I didn't see that. Look, I just was looking at the 3 apples. Look over your left shoulder.
You talking about like the birds?
No, the McDonald's arches were. I think I didn't even see those. All right, man. What are you playing next?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out while I pee, I guess.
But are you gonna play some Bazaar? We just love when you play the Bazaar.
I can't. First off, that's nobody in chat. Secondly, the Bazaar is messed up right now because all Pig needs to do is put a hogwash out on the board and they win every time.
All right, Ryan. Have a good weekend, man. It was fun.
Later.
All right, man. See ya.
It's on. It's on. It's not gonna be Star Vaders, but it's because you guys let me down. We were talking about it in the Discord today. The YouTube videos are not doing well. The game is amazing. Gamers, when you ask what they want, oh, I'm so sick of games as a service. I wanna just buy a game and then own it, and I want it to be inspired by the classics, but I also want it to put its own fresh spin on it. And I don't want it to be $60. Gamers, when they have the choice of what to buy, yeah, sure, I'll check that out. It's free to play. Yeah, I'll check that out. Free to play, and it's got licensed characters in it, and the skins are fire. Yeah, man, I'll check it out. Sure, man. It's got pea protein. It's plant-based. It's gluten-free. It's keto-friendly. It's got pea protein. It doesn't have xanthan gum. It uses agave syrup instead of cane sugar. The macros are great. It's got pea protein in it. It's made from crickets. That being said, we're going to play a game as a service. I can see why they called this game Hot Fix 3. Bazaar down in 20 minutes. Is that like a prayer? Are you praying right now? It's down for maintenance soon? Are you fucking kidding me? It went down for maintenance the day before yesterday. Got hot fixed yesterday and is going down for maintenance today. Listen, At some point, we have to sit down and have a conversation about this because it's getting a little too fucking much. It's so fucking funny. Well, the thing is, because now here's where you beg the question. Oh, you don't want your shit to be fixed? Yeah, but every time they fix it, it breaks something else that then needs a hot fix. And then the hot fix makes the balance all fucked up. So then they go take it down for maintenance to fix what they broke in the hot fix, and then it comes back and there's a technical issue, so they hot fix it, and then the balance is all screwed up, so they take it down for maintenance to fix the thing that they broke in the hot fix, man. Better games have been binned for less? No, man, it's not true. This is like the best game. Games have been binned for less, for sure, but not better games. This one is probably the best auto battler ever made. You don't need to pit two bad bitches against each other, but I think it's the best auto battler ever made. Rumbleverse? That's not an auto battler. That shit was manual as fuck, dude. Saturated every neuron. The technical issues are hard to ignore. Well, they're easy to ignore when they don't happen between 9 and 2 p.m. Pacific time, but they keep showing up there because the team's based on the West Coast. So, like, that's pissing me off, but I understand why they do it. But, you know, I would rather read Ulysses in Comic Sans than read the Hungry Caterpillar in Times New Roman. But a lot of people are really concerned with semantics. So what do you mean by that? A masterpiece that's broken may one day be a masterpiece. A mid-game that works great is always going to be boring. Shigeru Miyamoto. Michael Scott. That's not what Miyamoto said. Miyamoto has profit motive. He's an executive at a public company. Sorry. It's the truth, though. 2K people already left. Hey, do you even know 2,000 people personally? If I asked everybody in your area code who you are, do you think 2,000 people would RSVP with more than a maybe? Would you name 2,000 people? It's crazy that you're taking offense to this. I'm just asking a question. You love to laugh. But all of a sudden you're getting very emotional. You're getting upset. You typed LOL to your own joke. All of a sudden somebody else makes a joke. You find that untenable. Can you? Dude, I named 100 women. No shot I can't name 1,900 men. But there's only like 30 football teams, man. We could be out of that by lunch today. You barely did it? I literally did it faster than anybody who matters. Every time I see someone talk about the Name 100 Women challenge, I'm always at the top of the leaderboard. That's all I'm saying. I know you're going to do some, well, I did it in 7 minutes and 3 seconds. Nobody know. You weren't streaming it, bro. You weren't streaming it. You were doing it in your Discord chat or something like that. Nobody knows who you are. Like, I don't really care that you went 20 for 20 from the free throw line and you also hit 10 threes in a row last night at your pickup game. I'm more worried about how the hell the Nuggets are going to shut down SGA, dude, when he put up like 70 points on them in game 2. I don't know what we're going to do, man. It's actually disgusting. Listen, I'm playing it up a little bit for laughs, okay? It really did go down for maintenance, go down yesterday while I was playing it for a hot fix, and then go down today for maintenance. That's fucking crazy. Sometimes you just, like, I know it sounds bad. Maybe not everybody feels the same way. I would rather they just let the game be in balance, but you could like actually play it. Just let it breathe for like a week versus the naive ideal of having it be perfectly balanced, but also you can't launch it because it's patching, and then you patch it, and then you patch it, you try to play, your build gets hotfixed while you're patching it. Oh, we're patching the hotfix, it's down for maintenance. Oh, you lost your perfect build. Oh, we hotfixed the item that was beating the broken item. Now your item's broken. Oh, but don't worry about it though, you lost your run because it's going down for maintenance. But don't worry, the maintenance will get a hotfix tomorrow. It never ends, man. It never ends. 14 degrees Celsius, pissing me off. You know why? I want it to be 22 degrees Celsius so I can start wearing these slutty shorts that I bought. I'm out here wearing a polo shirt tucked into khakis like I'm wannabe Tony Soprano when I could be wearing 4-inch inseam baby blue shorts, man. Is that true? You should never be seen in shorts if you're a capo? I've been watching so much Sopranos that the worst fits of all time are starting to have aura. Like a horrible beige striped golf shirt tucked into like baggy black slacks with shiny black leather shoes is like I'm like, damn, these mafiosos know how to dress. It's starting to affect my brain in like a bad way. Why am I on Pokedoku? You know what? I clicked on it by accident. I made a mistake here. Normal flying. We'll do it. We'll pay the cost today. Pidgeot. Normal monotype. Rattata. I'm going to get through it as fast as possible, though. Normal Unova can't be done. Wait, what does this mean? What does green Bulbasaur mean? If you click on it, does it give you like a tooltip or something? It opens Bulbapedia? I'm more of a Wikipedia main. Flying Fairy, Togekiss. Fairy Monotype, this is the one that's going to tick me off for sure. I want to say it's Clefairy, and then you tell me actually Clefairy is like normal fairy. Oh! Grass flying? I feel like if... Oh, I know this one. It's the origami one. Cortana? What the fuck? It's paper. Paper is grass, man. Stackataka, Garganackle. I forgot about Garganackle. Naganadel, Darmanitan Galar Standard. Pokemon lost its way when they started to steal like the Yu-Gi-Oh naming convention, man. Like it used to be like you'd see a dog with fire for a tail, and you'd be like, that's Fire Dog. Now, like, what in the hell is Tornadus Incarnate, man? Like, they lost their way. Like, some of these... Listen, Beartic. That makes perfect sense. It's a cold bear from the Arctic. Beartic. What the hell is Eternatus? Like, leave this to Marvel, man. Or Eternatus Eternamax. Am I out of my depth here? I feel like they lost their way when they started making like God Eater Pokemon. Like what is it's a hand? It's an extra dimensional hand or something like that. You run out of animals. The light that burns the heavens is so good, man. Tropius. I was thinking of Shiftry, but Tropius kind of looks the same. I just don't know the gens very well. I can live with that. Would Tony Soprano approve of the Pope? It would be a great episode of The Sopranos if an American Pope had happened between like 99 and 07. Tony, Sil, Big Puss, Polly Walnuts chopping it up over whether Italian Americans trying to decide whether they are okay with a American Pope, and then at the end they'd be like, I just wish he wasn't from Chicago. I just wish he was from the Archdiocese of Trenton or something. I don't know where they live. Newark? No, Newark is where they grew up. This looks like Nosferatu. I almost called it Losferatu. But I don't think it's Nosferatu. I'm going to say in that case it's probably the Northman, which I have not seen, but this has Egger's DNA all over it, man. You just know, man, this looks like the lighthouse fucked Nosferatu. It couldn't be anything but the Northman from First Principles, man. Maybe I should watch the Northman tomorrow. Is it on Crave? This is Steve Carell. It's Steve Carell. Steve Carell's hair is darker, but that's Steve Carell. Or it's Michael Douglas. Give me a second. And then the face. The face is Drew Barrymore. That's 100%. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. That was a tough one. Now I'm glad I didn't read chat because you might have tricked me with that Winona stuff. Because when I looked at it, my brain went, oh yeah, that's Drew Barrymore. But then when you said Winona, I was like, that could be Winona. What chip brand sells coming in multiple flavors? Yeah, that's all of them, buddy. What chip brand sells an alternate variety known as Dynamita sticks? I'm going to guess that's Takis. I guess they're kind of sticks already now that I think about it. After the OC, Ben McKenzie played a police officer on this crime drama. Pandorum. That's a joke. Yeah, I have no idea. Crime drama from a while ago. NYPD well, you know what? I don't know. They've run 70 seasons. Baz Luhrmann movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Finally, some real freaking food. Great Gatsby. Proclaimers saying, I'm going to be 500 miles. Dude, this was a tough dulls today. I'm not washed. I just don't know it, man. These are tough questions. Also, the top 3 never count. I'm sorry. I love the Daily Dozen just because I love trivia, but the top 3 never count. Because unless you're like an American gambling addict, you shouldn't be expected to know, hey, this dude who peaked as the 4th option on the Indianapolis Colts roster that went 5-11 in 2006 studied communications at this Midwestern school. And you're like, okay, you literally have to be addicted to gambling to know that. Anytime we get it right, it's essentially luck or it's a hockey question. And even some of the hockey questions basically just got lucky. Excuse me, you did not win the Super Bowl in 2006. You won the Super Bowl in the 2006 season. You won the Super Bowl in February 2007. You think I wasn't watching that in my dorm room when Devin Hester ran back the opening kickoff for a touchdown? I don't live my life in football seasons. I live them in Julian calendar years, okay? Flash cameras, dude, you don't know. We didn't know what we had until we lost it, man. When they kick the ball and you see... Those were the days, man. He was on the Bears. Yeah, man, I know. You'll never believe who they played in the Super Bowl that year. Where do young people learn to be so condescending, man? It's crazy. They're like, I've been here for a third as long as you, but I know twice as much. Maybe go back to math class, buddy. Those numbers just don't make sense. You learned it from me? That's fucked up. Don't you have like parents or other mentors in your life or teachers or anybody in a position of authority, like a manager at work or something? You're like, I learned it from you, and that's my fault that you learned your life lessons from a dude on Twitch.fucking-TV. That's my fault that you modeled yourself after me. It's like seeing a dog poop on the ground and being like, I could do that. The hell is this, man? New York Times is hitting me with the hard sell. Unlock more if you subscribe. I already told you, A.O. Scott, you can't offer me saving up to 75% because I'm paying 0. You can't cut 75% off of that. You're going to have to start paying me, and I don't think you're going to do that. I'm already not paying at all. Can't just have puzzles anymore. The puzzles have got to, but we have KPIs. We're trying to get more signups on our game. No, it's a puzzle, man. It's not a business. I'm not on Dragon's Den, but it's not a business. It's a puzzle. You make a puzzle. It's not a company. It's not a business. It's not a corporation. It's a puzzle. It's a good puzzle. Let's not bring all this bureaucracy into it. You don't need like a CMO for New York Times connections, okay? You don't need 7 interns working in a big glass office building for connections. You need one old person with the turtle shell glasses, you know what I'm talking about? And they need like a computer that still has a CRT monitor and the fucked up computer lab mouse from 1994 where it's like kind of like, it looks like a fried egg, but the yolk is like a cyan ball. And you just kind of like, I used it for a long time, but I still don't even really know why the mouse existed like that. That's what you need, man. That's what you need. You don't need 2 lawyers on retainer for connections. You just need one person. They should have an office with like a big wooden desk and a chair with unfolded clothes on it. They should submit 5 puzzles a week. And then they should have a long commute out of the city, maybe to like Connecticut, but then they like sip coffee on their back deck and watch the frost develop on the grass, okay? You don't need all of this. It's too much. It's too much. Product difference, sum quotient. Mathematical results. Shade blind, shutter drape, window coverings. Okay, you might need 2 people with the glasses because this one was too easy. Some days, listen, if you submit 5 puzzles a week, one of them is going to be the worst. That's by definition. They might need an understudy for the mentat as well. But then if we hire a second puzzler, we're going to have to hire someone in human resources, and now we got to get someone to manage the payroll. If we're going to get someone to manage the payroll, we might as well have a CTO so we can get the best payment solution. If we're going to have a CTO, all of a sudden we're going to need to have a COO to manage the operations because our logistics have now gotten out of control. We need another person to manage that. And now all of a sudden, not everybody can work from home. We need to have an office building so we can all get together and have an all-hands meeting every single day. Okay, so like, is it Kirkland Signature or is it Starbucks House Blend? How can it be Kirkland Signature Starbucks House Blend? You can't be. I'm really trying not to flanderize myself here, but the corporate world is flicking my nuts today. It can't be your signature if it's from Starbucks' house. That doesn't make sense. Did you make it or did they make it? Or is this, have we now white labeled this 2 times? Is this made by like Folgers and then it got white labeled and white labeled again? God made it, it's beans. The farmers made it. But God must have spent a little more time on you because you're not wrong about that one. You guys see that the price of cocoa has gone up from like $2,000 a ton to like $10,000 a ton in 5 years? Good time to not drink chocolate. I mean, eat chocolate. I guess you could drink it too. Price of the brick just went up, man. Price of the bean just went up. We did see the same Reddit post. I wanted to tell Dan, I also saw the Reddit post that was like, this is making me sad. And it was an old dude pumping $20 bills into the gas station Bitcoin ATM to pay a scammer. But he was already bummed out by the Staples story he told me. So I didn't want to make him any more sad. I'm not a commodity trader. I'm just saying, like, no wonder the world's finest chocolate bars are more expensive now. I was also laughing because some dude was like, world's finest, if you've never dabbled in this domain, they're chocolate bars that exist just to be sold by little kids at school fundraisers. But one guy was like, yeah, some kid was trying to hawk these world's finest in the gas station parking lot for $4.99, and I told him to pound sand. And I was like, dude, you're literally like trying to big shot like an 8-year-old kid. His teacher 100% told him like the price of the chocolate bars are $4.99, and you're like, this kid's trying to rip me off. When I was in high school in 1994, these were $1.75 each. Yeah, well, we don't need to get into it. Point is, your mom's a hoe. Anyway, what was I saying? I can make a your mom joke about this guy because I made him up. So the person that I'm making fun of doesn't even exist. And you're going to be offended? Come on. $14.99? I can live with that. Coffee's expensive now, man. That shit ain't a fair trade. You're telling me, man. The hell, I'm giving you paper for a drink? That's a damn steal, man. You can't even eat paper. I'm ripping them off every time I go in. Every time I go into the store, I'm like, here's some useless wood garbage. And they're like, here's some shit that keeps you alive. And I'm like, they're like, come again next week. And I'm like, don't worry, buddy. I'll see you next week. As long as you keep opening the doors, I'll keep this arrangement going as long as I live, man. As long as I live. Oh, here's some shit that doesn't even do anything. Here's the manna of life. Okay. And we both leave happy. That's the craziest part. We both leave happy. I paid for groceries with cash the other day. It felt so good. Gen Z is going to try to fucking kill you for that, but paying for things with cash does make you feel like a gangster. And you're right, it is kind of free money. Because like as soon as you take it out of the ATM, it's not real anymore. Got to start tipping in cash. It feels, you know when you see those videos of like Al Capone on the back of a meat truck at Thanksgiving in Chicago, and he's like throwing turkeys into the audience? That's what it feels like you're doing when you give a blue-collar worker a cash tip. You're like, I'm giving back to the community. I'm throwing turkeys into I'm the Joker with the blimp dropping like $100 bills onto the streets of Gotham. No, thank you, brother. I want my 3.5 cash back. 3.5 cash back? What card you got? That's fucking nutty. 3.5? Who are you banking with? 3.5 is not bad. 3.5 is insanely good, dude. 3.5 is crazy. Everything's on sale. It's only on some things. Oh, it's not across the board. 3.5. Okay. Free dash pass. Free dash, Ermagerd, free dash pass. That's kind of sick though. Free dash pass till 2039 thanks to my Chase card. Yeah, well, thanks to Wealth Simple. I get a 20% discount if I use a software company to generate a will for me. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Please call our offices. This shit is a little too complicated. We really just wanted to charge you $1,000 for a document that said leave it all to your wife. Fuck you, man. Now I got to call up a damn lawyer just because I got Wealth Simple. Because I've got Wealth Simple, the wills that they are trying to sell me through Wealth Simple are too complicated, and now I got to call a lawyer? So you'll see me because of your mother ucking fee?
Also, chat, go very far with yourself. If you go ahead and download, I forget the app. Cash App with code Twitch TV. You could get $10. Austin, can you help me out here?
Come on, guys. Got to get Cash App. You can use that code twitch.tv. They'll give it to you in Bitcoin, which is cool, I think.
You can
Actually, they might not.
money. You can
Oh yeah,
send money,
half
you
this
can
group is sponsored by
invest, you can
Cash App.
buy
All right, you guys take it. You guys
Bitcoin.
take it.
Yeah, I love
There's
Cash
a lot
App.
that you can do.
You
can
know,
do
you
it
know what I
all.
love most about Cash App is the fact that you never know what's going to happen.
And chat, if you might not get a yacht in your driveway, but you can get $10 yourself if you use code Twitch TV and download Cash App today. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. But before we get wait. Okay. Well, now that we got that out of the way, we are going to get on to our next guest. This guest has been requested probably more than any guest I've ever seen. My chat raves for him. Many people do, except for this one guy on Twitter who said, "Who is that?" But this man is a crowd favorite. People are pause champing already for their excitement. I can't believe I'm introducing him tonight, and I'm glad he is here. Give it up, baby, for the one, the legend himself, Jerma.
That was quite the introduction. I use Wealth Simple. I use it every day, man. I love Wealth Simple. Also, if you don't have it and you live in Canada, use my referral code. Because I don't know, the free money's not going to last forever, but it's $25 for the referrer and $25 for the referee. If you fund your account with at least $100 within 2 weeks, I think. But still, I don't legally think I can say that I'll give you half of my referral fee, but reminds me of like old YouTube before Netflix became like the biggest media company in Earth's history, when they used to pay people. Not me. I wasn't operating in those circles at the time, but they used to pay people sponsored money to do like a Netflix shout out, and if people used your referral code, you got like 50% of the referral. So YouTubers would just be like, "Hey, I watched this movie on Netflix. Use my code," and then people would be like, "Huh." $3.99 a month for every movie and television show ever made? That seems like a pretty sick deal. Yeah, I'll sign up for that. I'm pretty sure that those YouTubers are making like $500,000 a month. Where were we? Liechtenstein. Croatia? Nah, Unc thinks he's in Eurotrip. What did I say? 1,600 kilometers from Hugh. Turkey's adjacent, bro. Any chance it could be Georgia? The mystery country is Georgia! I gotta get my fat ass to Tbilisi, man. Tbilisi? I am like, dude, this is pissing me off. You're like, not Mexico, but you're kind of Mexico, right? It's like Baja California, and then like they're just missing the rest of Mexico. Or are you, the other place I'm thinking is that you might be Western Africa, but the Horn of Africa is on the east side. Or maybe you're like Panama, and this is the canal. Actually, that makes more sense to me. Oh shit, I'm stupid. Oh Jesus. And it's not even Africa, dude. This shit is in Europe somewhere. That's Croatia. We just had it, man. Diego Forlán, no! That's the most recognizable country? You're baiting, man. Can we all agree Italy is the most recognizable country? I bet if there was a Sporkle quiz that was like, name this country from its shape, and it ran through every country, the top answer is Italy. The most gotten answer is Italy, aka the least missed. USA, Canada, also easy. Australia, also easy. I feel like China, I feel like a lot of people would say Russia for China or vice versa. Japan's pretty easy. Greece, I think Spain's easy. Greece, I don't think is necessarily that easy. I think you're just smart. I can't believe people are saying Argentina. Like, I think if you went dollars to donuts, you said, what South American country is most recognizable by shape? Full stop, it's Chile, dude. They did South America the long way. The long way. But Italy. Italy is like the perfect storm of recognizing a country. It's a country that like is near the top of global consciousness because they make dynamite food, and Rome was there. And it looks like an everyday object. It looks very distinctively like a boot. Not a shoe, but a boot. I have to, Carson Beck Miami Hurricane 7.0. I got to spill the beans. Twitch is on to you. Because you're leaving like first-time chat messages, but they're actually, you can't see this, but they're surrounded by a box that says suspicious user. So they've now, like Twitch is, they've sniffed your packets and they know that you're making more accounts. That was not me putting a suspicious user tag on you. That's literally like the algorithm on the website is it sussed you out. And I don't think that's fair because you haven't really done anything wrong. You're just trying to make people laugh in chat. They'll hate you for it. I love that you just tanked it, didn't even respond like out of character. I'm certainly not reading your message, but it does remind me, I need to find a way to get Reddit to not serve me shit from r/The Last of Us. Because I didn't care the first time. I care even fucking less the second time. Who gives a shit? Holy fuck, who fucking cares? Jesus Christ. I don't know if it's good or bad. I just wish that people would shut up about it, man. We really gotta, like when we regurgitate the culture, that's bad enough. But when you regurgitate the culture war, you're willfully sewing yourself into the human centipede. You know that, right? Like you're showing up to the doctor's office with a needle and thread and saying, put me like 17th in line. And then you love the taste of the shit, which is crazy. March 11th, 2016. This is in like a gray zone for me. Like I don't really remember. I don't have a great sense of place for where I was at this point in my life. A Jason Bateman Disney movie. This must be Zootopia. No, because I feel like Jennifer Goodwin will be first billed for Zootopia. That's fucked up. Can we talk about this? How the hell does Nick Wilde get top billing in Zootopia over Judy Hopps? The movie's about Judy Hopps. He's the deuteragonist. He doesn't even show up until like maybe 35 minutes into the movie. Bateman is more famous? Okay, then they should have put fucking Shakira on the poster because she's more famous than any of these fuckers. Nah, man, this is like all politics or something. This is messed up. 24 million, Paramount Pictures. You think this could possibly be 10 Cloverfield Lane? Again, I would be kind of pissed if John Goodman was first because Mary Elizabeth Winstead should get top billing. Oh, it's all politics in Hollywood. It's all politics in Hollywood. Mary Elizabeth Winstead is on screen 100% of the time. She's never not on screen, man. I get John Goodman's a star. He's the star of the movie. But come on. He's not on screen for 3 seconds. He's in the movie for a long time. You know who's not in the movie for very long? This guy. There's only 3 people in the whole movie. This guy really phoned it in the second half. Let me put it that way. 328 million, 20th Century Fox. Certainly, it strikes me as an X-Men. It's not. It's Ryan Reynolds. Oh, it's Deadpool, which was not a Marvel movie at the time. Fair enough. Do you see, by the way, we're talking about, I'm on the fucking warpath today. Tragic streamer admonishes sellouts while having done 2 sponsored streams this week. Sure, okay, but Ryan Reynolds, why are you doing ads for Tim Hortons, man? I know, like you're selling the country out. And it hurts even more that you're selling the country out because of the fact that you're also selling Tim Hortons as Canadian when we disavow it. We disavow it now. You're insanely rich already, and it's an open secret that Tim Hortons sucks ass. Don't do it, man. You still have some clout. You're still clouded. You could save it. You just need to stop right now. You need to stop right now, and you need to call Charlie Kaufman and become like the melancholic lead in the next Charlie Kaufman movie. You're not going to get an Oscar because you're too added up right now, but you might get like a Golden Globe nomination, Best Actor, Musical, or Comedy. And then you can use that as a stepping stone to more legitimate acting. No disrespect to the Deadpool movies, which are fun in their own right, but you can't be doing the Tim Hortons ads, man. You can't. Keanu's selling out for Rogers. It also bums me out, but I don't know. Keanu, I look at this as like political capital. Keanu, he earned a little political capital. I like all the John Wick movies. He hasn't sold out like crazy yet. I'm willing to pop his bubble shield. I'm gonna say he lost Holy Mantle on the Rogers ad. Ryan Reynolds, he's been one-tapped creatively for 6-7 years, something like that. So like we're getting close. I do kind of like, I take it as a deconstruction when he's playing the guitar and then he goes, wait a minute. And he goes back to the Zoom call and goes, what if I crash through the window? And everyone goes, you're a genius, Keanu. Because I bet he probably has meetings like that where he's like in an action movie and they're like, we don't know how he's going to make his entrance. And he's like, what if I kick the door down and shoot the doorman? And they're like, oh my God, I've never thought of that. Can I just say, so this is Carson Beck, Miami Hurricane, possible ban evader monitoring. I wasn't reading the earlier message. I think you hit gold with this one. They wrote, and I quote, Dan Carlin voice, and I quote, I swear one of my mom's friends used to look like prime Jamie Lee Curtis. I used to goon to her Facebook all the time. Right blend of funny and disgusting. Sorry, end quote. Right blend of funny and disgusting to get your message read. That's a funny message. I'm not banning him. That's funny. It's funnier than anything you've ever written in chat, probably. I'm not going to VIP him. He's going to have a new account tomorrow. He's going to need a VPN, but I don't want to, I've been doing this in chat. Chibley was not reading chat yesterday. I was really trying to rile him up. Going into his chat when he plays Minecraft and he's not looking and then type something like, I don't want to be controversial, but I think Minecraft is Notch's best work. Nobody reacted at all. Everyone was like, you should build an underground base. Guys, I'm serving you up solid gold here and you're giving me nothing. You're giving me crickets. That's how I feel saying like that's my favorite Lenny Kravitz troll. Dude, Lenny Kravitz, my favorite Lenny Kravitz troll, probably that dude in the Hunger Games. It's not your stream? Yeah, it's Mr. Build an Underground Base himself, I'm sure. It's the worm from Dune. It's a cake. It looks good. It's a rolled cake. Perhaps, I'm just going to say that this looks like a cake from Germany. It looks like a cake from Italy. It looks like a cake from Slovakia? Why don't they border, man? It looks like a cake from like Austria borders. Croatia? Oh my God. Hungary? Hungary sounds right to me. Oh my God, no! What? Italy borders Slovenia, dude! Wait, they told me that. They told me it borders Slovenia. Hungary does not border Italy? Yeah, I was thinking, for some reason, when it said borders Italy, in my brain, I went, oh, so it doesn't border Italy. And then I went, let's go with countries that are one country away from Italy. And then every single one of those was like very hot. And I was like, game's broken, man. All the remaining possibilities border Italy. I really think I'm getting my sea legs in Scrandle, man. I don't care how cheap the chicken wings and rice are. It's going to be bacon cheeseburger with a pint. If the burger doesn't look decrowed, you always go burger. Yeah. By the way, that's virtue signaling. I know it's 30 cents, but that doesn't look that good. This is fucking disgusting. It doesn't matter what that is. That is, the fact that this is 34% is sick to me. Now this looks disgusting. Wait, no, it doesn't. It looks good. I thought that was like 10 fucked up olives at first, but the nachos look pretty good. Although something's freaking me out. How do they get the beans above the frank, man? How is there salsa below the chips? That's not how you do it. Does England know that's not how you do it? You put the chips, then you put the cheese, then you put the toppings, and then you put the salsa. But there's no shot. I'm not eating whatever the hell this is in a hollowed out cob. It's going to by 0.2%. By 0.2. The shoes stuffed with baby vomit, man. Come on. The nachos look pretty okay. Tacos are like the only situation in which I would consider not snap taking a burger. Hashtag United is such a fucked up name for a team. They got is there a place in England called hashtag, or is this like some like 2011 ass football club naming? Hashtag United is gross, man. Oh, they're YouTubers? Oh, okay, I get it. But then why hashtag? Why hashtag? We don't use, I guess you can use hashtags on shorts or something, but you're telling me it's not hash upon Thames or something? I don't know, man. Fuck soccer. You're Carson Beck, Miami Hurricane. You're so back. I don't know, man. I gotta be honest. This looks pretty. The tacos look good, but this looks pretty good too. I wouldn't have been mad either way, but I think you gotta go with burger on that. I'm glad that there's at least some like-minded individuals, even if they're not in the plurality, that are like, you can have subtraction via addition. I think neither of these look great. And I think the left suffers the most by just having too much shit on it. You can just have so much shit that when you bite into it, you can't even tell what the shit is anymore. You're just like, it's just one glutinous glob of like carbohydrates and fat that has no taste. It just has a completely homogeneous mouthfeel. So I have to say that I would certainly rather eat this. I can't believe it's at 93%. I thought it was going to be 25 versus like 35 or something. Now, the katsu and rice, it looks pretty good. The jerk chicken and rice just tells me that everything is going to be Irie, man. Now, I don't know how good the jerk chicken is at Bristol Rovers FC, but God is my witness. You put these two plates in front of me, I would say, put this one in the fridge, I'll have it later. I'm having this right now. I'm scranding with my heart. That's fine. I can die with a pure heart knowing I made the decision that I can stand by. That is, Justin, are you here? You might be live, you might be off today. There's been a lot of contenders. This is the foulest thing that has ever been shown to me in Scrandle. Cup of pea juice is with added mint sauce. It's unbelievable. The right's depressing. The right's a little weird with the applesauce, but I mean, I think it's not even close, man. 42%. Currywurst doesn't lose. It's not going to lose to bacon on a stick. This, by the way, you fucking virtue signalers, the bacon on a stick looked 100 times better than the styrofoam cup filled with mushy peas. But they're saying that the bacon on a stick is less than the mushy peas. You're virtue signaling. You're answering how you think they want you to answer, not how you really feel. We do need to shut down the United Kingdom until we can figure out what happened. Because something's not right, man. And you know what the crazy thing is? You put us all in a room, they look just like us. You'd be walking around, you'd be walking around and say something like, howdy, fella, thinking that you're in the room with a fellow compatriot. And then all of a sudden they say, hello, governor, fancy a cup of mushy peas? And you're like, I didn't say they not like us. That's a different thing. I think. I'm not really up on the beef. I do think this looks pretty bad. But I'm not trying to pile on. From my limited experience playing Scrandle, it seems like British people love fries that kind of look like somebody threw up on it, which is crazy to me because I feel like they're also always talking in my chat about like that food looks like diarrhea. Food that looks like diarrhea tastes really good. Food that looks like vomit, it puts like a little lump in my throat. So I think there's a chance that left wins just because it's like approachable. But I mean, I'm taking this all day, every day. Okay, no, they also thought that was disgusting. Fair enough. Hot dog or sausage and beer? That's holy, dude. It's got ISO certified cup at the Prague game. I think this hot dog looks untenable, and to be honest with you, another example of subtraction by addition. My opinion, too much shit. I take this one. Free berries from a bush? I mean, there's no shot that I don't take. It's just too funny to vote for anything else. 70. What? How are free berries from a bush not the best scran of all time? Berries are delicious and they're free. And they don't get any fresher, man. Nah, sorry, mate. Gotta be box of burgers. Free berries from a bush? Pint of piss. Box of burgers? I'll have a box of burgers, please. Oh, the free berries. I gotta be honest. I mean, actually, this is a tough one, man. These both look pretty good. They fucking love burgers. By the way, don't redeem the code. I've already redeemed it. I've already scored more with Xbox. Please don't put this code into your Xbox 360. Don't redeem this. I'm gonna redeem it. It's gonna give you a Manchester United kit in EAFC. I gotta be honest. This looks really good. That's like peak slop to me. I'm glad it got what it deserved. This is 11 pounds, but it looks fucking good. It looks amazing. The salad is, you know already, 90% of them are going in the trash. The chips, I don't even know what they're doing here. They're trying too hard with this. This also looks good, but I gotta go with the buttermilk chicken burger. I can't play Scrandle anymore. They're not like us. You're right. They're not like us. It's one of the best looking sandwiches that Scrandle has ever served me. They saw sweet potato and beet chips, and they said, they're trying too hard. It was 11 pounds. It was one of the best looking sandwiches I've ever seen in my life. Korean style barbecue clears. Bro, listen, you're going to make me crash out. You're going to turn me into Carsonbeckmiamihurricane. That's not Korean barbecue. That's British, Korean-inspired air-fried chicken wings, okay? That's Trader Joe's. Now, FC Seoul, that's some Yangnam dak. I'll take that. I bet that's pretty good too. It does look like an animal poop, but I bet it's good. Okay, well, here's the thing. I bet it's really good. It comes with rice and plantain, but it's 13 pounds. So even if it was like manna from heaven, people would be like, nah, I'll take the spicy sausage. Oh, but they're not offended by the price of that one. It's got to be jerk chicken that actually looks kind of bad. No, it's pizza, but it's not even like nestled or anything. It's just like resting on top of it. I'm not okay. I gotta give you one more because this is kind of blowing my mind. Be dead ass with me right now. Fuck the football stadium. Be dead ass with me. Which of these you taking? Because me, with no artifice in my heart, I'm taking left. They look beautiful. The sauce looks tasty. It's just too much shit put in a bun. Okay, we're on this. Let's do this together via consensus. This is a tough one because they both look really good. But it's got to be the Melbourne City burger. Waffle fries clear. It's only 50 pence more expensive. Okay, I can do that one myself. Biryani and a beer. Served in a plastic Tupperware. They're really doing. I'm saying this, by the way, out of jealousy. I'm sure they don't do this everywhere in the United Kingdom, but they really, in North America, they treat us like fucking animals. Ricky, can you back me up on this? Have you ever been to a sporting event and they gave you a piece of flatware or like a cup that you needed to bring back? They're like, no. They're like, well, if we treat you with dignity, then 1% of the populace who are undignified will steal the forks or something like that. So now nobody can have forks because there's like 1% of bad apples that are going to put forks in their pocket or something like that. So no, they're like, you'll take your half compostable fucking bowl that falls apart before you even finish, and then like it's some shit that you can only eat with a spoon. Sorry, we gave you a fork. And that's all you got. And by the way, when you throw it in the comp, you got to have a PhD to know what garbage can to throw it in. It all goes to the same spot. They treat us like shit, man. Like, well, you can't give someone real glass at a sporting event. Buddy, we got deadly weapons attached to our fucking wrists. What do you mean? Don't let them know. Pretty soon they're going to be duct taping pillows to our hands when we walk in through the fucking door. Anyway, this one's going to win because it has more color. And it looks better, to be honest. Chicken share box versus the Demogorgon. I I really need to go to like Central Europe, I think. Because every time I see something like this, I'm like, that's me, man. And Kate makes fun of me. It's like, you're really just going to eat a cold sausage and 2 pieces of bread for lunch? And I'm like, no, this is a snack. Lunch is on the stove right now. I need something to tide me over. Like, this speaks to me on a gastronomical level. I don't even know what this is. Maybe it's some kind of like cottage cheese or like a cabbage salad or something. I'm all in, man. That being said, I mean, I think, but the share box, 9 pounds? You gotta take, okay. Because I think that is, the way they cut it is a little disgusting. Speaking of which, like, this is a little too much with the applesauce. This is unwieldy. But I like a pie from time to time. I gotta go with that. And I can't believe it's a 76%. Why do they keep flooding the box? I don't know, man. I don't know. Can I also say something? I think that UK has like a little big brother, little brother thing going on with the US, and this doesn't look great. But if it was like 50-50, and one of them's not American and the other one's American, they're going for the one that's not American because they're not like us. Also, I'm not like them because I live in Canada. I'm kind of like torn. It's like a divorced family situation because like all of our candy comes from the UK, but like 80% of our culture comes from the US. So like we're like, Mom, Dad, and they're going, you got to choose. 27 is too low for that. If that shit was from like Poland, it would have been at least 45. That's anti-American bias. Now, do they deserve it a little bit? That's not for me to say. But I will call it out when I see it because I'm a paragon of honesty in this game. This one would make me crash out if it's wrong. Because like the price is better. Don't get me wrong, because it comes with a pint. But the pie on the burger is just not necessary, man. It's not necessary. So now, the British people in chat are very ornery about how I feel about the fish and chips. Can we all agree that this fish looks bad? Not up to the standard of what you would expect. Okay. But then sometimes I'm like, the fish looks good, and you guys are like, it's a proper pish. And I don't even know what that means. So that could be a compliment. It could be an insult. But they fucking... Whatever. I'm saving it till Monday. Sort these airports by the population of the metro area they serve, starting with the highest. The hell is Louis Armstrong redacted? Oh, probably because that's the name of the city. It's not like a... It's not a bad word. Okay, so LaGuardia serves New York City. That's going to be up there for sure. I assume Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport might be like in Arkansas, man, because that's where he was the governor. Leonardo da Vinci Fiumicino Airport. I would assume maybe that's in Italy, maybe Rome. But like, this is an interesting question, man. What has more people, Paris or London? I'm going to assume it's London, and then I'm going to go Paris, and then I'm going to go Italy, and then I think you're Louis Armstrong. I assume maybe you're like New Orleans. Wow, I'm fucking ass, apparently. Oh, it's London, Ontario, bro. Oh, they trolled me. The British one is called Heathrow. Nah, there's another one. London City, right? Gatwick or something like that. That is a devious lick. That shit isn't called like Corey Perry Regional Airport or something? Did you know that you have to, like, before you go to the United Kingdom, even as a Canadian, you have to, like, apply to be let into the country? Can I say something, UK? I put you on notice in Scrandle. I'm doing it again. Who do you think you are, man? You fucking came over here and colonized the country, which is how my ass got here like 300 years later. And then you're like, if you want to come back, you got to fill out a form and pay us 22 American dollars. Are you fucking serious? Anyone here live in the UK? Do you have to do that shit when you come to Canada? Because I'm writing a strongly worded letter. Because if I'm getting fucked, you're getting fucked. Okay? That's how this shit works. Yes, we do. Okay, well then, let's bring down the temperature. Let's bring down the temperature a little bit. We should tell both of our governments to knock that shit off. And then we should make the Americans have to fill out the form for Canada and the UK. We gotta find a common enemy here. And there's a lot more of them than there are of us. So if we make them all pay $30, we're gonna be rich, man. What did we do? It's a $30 fee for pissing me the fuck off. Not you specifically, but like, I mean, you know who it is. Bernie just keeps running his mouth out there, saying some shit. I don't know. I usually don't listen. He's too old. We need a Bernie Sanders substance summer. I feel like Bernie would be a good candidate for the substance because I think that he would respect the balance. I don't think he would be like Demi Moore and fuck it all up because she got greedy or whatever and she wanted to eat all those rotisserie chickens. I think he would get it, man. I think he'd be like, damn, I've been like 7 days as like young JFK or whatever. Time to get back in the bathroom and, take a nap. Yeah, dude. Larry David plays Bernie Sanders. That would be an SNL sketch, man. Larry David as old Bernie Sanders, Timothy Chalamet as substance Bernie Sanders. It already is. Fuck. They thought of it. Shit. But then when you get Mecha Bernie Meganstein or whatever the hell they call well, listen, have you seen The Substance yet? I don't want to. That's only been out for like 6 months, so I don't really want to ruin the movie for you. Long story short, I better see a cock get birthed out of someone's belly button before the end of the sketch, or they got no balls, okay? I better see a pair of nuts pop out of an eye socket or something, or they didn't have the courage to follow through with what needed to be done. Huh? Watch the movie. Oh, wait, it's not on fucking Adult Swim. So, fuck you, man! 4.5 stars on Letterboxd plus a heart. I did overrate it. I was talking about it on the Discord. I don't, in hindsight, I don't think I should have given it a 4.5. I think I was kind of awed by the sound and the fury of the third act. In my head, I've internally tabled it down to a 3.5. But I will not re-rate a movie on Letterboxd without watching it again, because that seems like intellectually dishonest to me. Maybe if I watch it again, I would be like, actually, it's a 1. Or maybe I would be like, actually, it's a 5, and I was wrong. It's like the House of the Rising Sun. Okay, it is the House of the Rising Sun. I mean, there's just like, for one, it's featured in the rehearsal, so it was kind of like top of mind. Secondarily, I mean, there's only like 3 songs that came out in 1964, so. See, now, I mean, if you don't get it off of this, you might not be a real music enjoyer, but that's fine. I can't even play that. That's too close to the original. Let me hear some glorps. Now you gotta glorp it, man. You're gonna get me DMCA'd. Nah, okay, that's kind of not good. Like, the song is great, don't get me wrong. Originally by the Rascals, I believe. I mean, this is a caricature of myself. No comment pisses me off more than Joan Baez clears. I got nothing but respect for Miss Baez. Does her complete oeuvre clear the Animals' complete oeuvre? Yeah. But you leave Bob Dylan out your mouth. Dylan clears Baez, man. He clears her in everything, including being a bad person, which I will acknowledge. But I'm sorry, he clears her. We would live in a more just world if she cleared him. Because from what I know, he wasn't very nice in the 1960s and 70s in particular. But, I mean, she don't have a blonde on blonde in the catalog, man. And he's got like 5 blonde on blondes in the catalog. He has 1. He has, I'll settle for 4. Not an album less. Because he's got Blonde on Blonde, and he's got Blood on the Tracks, and he's got Highway 61 Revisited, and he's got Bringing It All Back Home. I'm not going any lower than that. And I could easily put a couple more on top. Which one's the best? It's Blood on the Tracks, buddy. But how many Blood on the Tracks does he have? Only 1, in my opinion, but that's infinitely more than almost any artist that's ever existed. What about Desire? I overhype it, but I really like it. I don't think it's quite in the same level because it has that fuck-ass Mozambique song on it. But Okay, we got an hour. They postponed the Bazaar maintenance. We can play one game of the Bazaar. They postponed it till 5 minutes from now. Are you shitting me, man? We were gonna play the Bazaar at like 11 a.m. and then it was like, oh, it's going down for maintenance at 11:30. Went off on a rant, said why they go down for maintenance so much. People came into chat, said they delayed it just for you. Said, okay, I'll play it after the dulls. All of a sudden, it's been delayed till the dulls are over. It's a fucked up world we live in. It's a fucked up world we live in, man. Now I gotta go into Friday playing Star Vaders. People are going to be in chat talking. It's an amazing game. I think it's like top 3 game of the year so far. But then people are going to be out here in chat talking about like, what are you guys having for lunch tonight? They're gonna it's not spicy. It's just nourishing. It's like a porridge or something like that when people want loaded nachos. You know what's annoying? Any dudes in chat? I don't know. I mean, I know what website I'm on. I didn't have to ask that. Shaving sucks, man. I'm sick of it. I'm more sick of having hair on my face. Because whenever I say I'm sick of shaving, people go like, just grow a beard. But no, having the hair on your face is the reason I shave. It's because like the hair on the face I am more annoyed by. Don't even get me started. Can't someone just say, that must be hard for you, instead of always trying to invalidate my experience with the objective truth that theirs is worse? Can't someone just be like, that sounds hard? I shaved my shit clean yesterday. I feel like an overstimulated cat. Yes, man. That's good, too. I gotta do like my once every 5 years, shave my head down to the skin instead of just using the beard trimmer. It feels, even though it's only like an 1/8 of an inch of hair difference, it feels so different. Closest I get to a haircut now is when my wife says it's time to trim your eyebrows, and then she trims like the 20 eyebrow hairs that go like pew, pew, and then no joke, because this was like 2 days ago. After she does it, I always go like this, and oh, did I freeze? I always go like this, and it's the closest I ever get these days to remembering what it feels like to have a fresh haircut. Like I can, like it just, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a very, very small taste of what it used to feel like to walk out of the barbershop with a fresh cut. And I cling to it like, you know, the last ember of a dying star. But at least, I mean, if you get close enough, it can keep you warm for a minute. Anyway. Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 7 of Northernlion Plays Star Vaders. On the last episode, we beat Apocalypse Mode as the Sapper. Yoo-hoo! Apparently we didn't, because I Alt F4'd the game. So maybe we got to start by doing that again. Oh, no, they saved it. I appreciate that. I got some chores I should be doing. Buddy, come on, man. Work with me here, okay? I'm trying to... it's a great game and people are sleeping on it. Would you play a Paradox game in our current era? I don't think so, but I'm excited that they're making EU5. That's what I'll say about that. You know what I say about that? I say good for them. I don't think it's a fit for stream, but good for them regardless. I was also like, EU5, isn't that a little too soon? And then I realized that it actually came out, like EU4 came out in 2014, and that was 11 years ago. And I said, that seems about right, actually, to be honest with you. Choose any 2 entities, strike all tiles in a line between them. Very interesting. Netherlash, full set. Choose any summon, haunt it, recharge it, and give it a shield if possible. That's so true. La 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 lava, chicken. Leaves lava chicken, man, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mamacita, now you're ringing the bell. I did see I saw a Minecraft movie activity book at the store 2 days ago. They definitely did not know that Chicken Jockey was going to pop off. Sum total of times that the book says Chicken Jockey, once. There was like a word search where chicken and jockey were options on the word search. If they had known that the movie was going to meme Chicken Jockey to that extent and it was going to go so super viral, there would be like Minecraft movie activity book Chicken Jockey edition. There would have been Chicken Jockey on the front, First page one would have been Steve going, chicken jockey. I was disappointed, man, because I don't think that stuff takes that long to print. Whole page of chicken jockey stickers. Yeah, man. Does anyone else see the new Chainsaw Man chapter this week? Man, don't do this to me. I'm trying my best, okay? It's a good game. It is a good game. Why are we talking about Chainsaw Man then? It's a good show. Oh, you believe that. I don't know. Librarian just typed, I'm married. Can I say something? I actually have come to believe that you are married because I think that is the funniest outcome. It's actually like less funny if you were pretending to be married than if everybody believed you were pretending to be married, but you're actually married. Why would that be funny? Your work-life balance is all messed up, man. It's got to be starter fluid to create more summons. Okay. By the way, someone said lunch goes hard when you're hungry. That's true. And can I tell you, I've been eating pierogies lately. But the Chimos, you can't beat the price. It's like $2.49 for a box, which is insane. And a box is like 3 or 4 servings of pierogies. But I bought a bag of pierogies from the farmer's market that are homemade. Don't do that. Because you can't go back. Because the Chimos are fine. They're absolutely passable. But I bought some from the farmer's market, and I didn't know pierogies could be 10 times better than Chimo. And they are. The texture is better. You can taste the cheese tastes better. The bacon tastes better. Don't make the same mistake I made. We then sack. Does damage to you. That's so true. British low-tier god, when his team loses the footy, you should sack yourself. Is there a British low-tier god is probably that dude yelling about pronouns in Starfield, right? You hate to see it. You been on R chips lately? I gotta level with you. I've never been on R chips, but I can't deny that it sounds like my kind of subreddit. R/chips, huh? I'm assuming it's potato chips. It's not for like the California Highway Patrol. I keep getting R/ice cream. I might be the biggest lover of ice cream on planet Earth. And I know that Joe Biden is alive, but I'm serious. Like, I'm starting to think nobody out there likes ice cream like I do. Like, I'm big into ice cream. I'm eating ice creams you've never heard of, man. At places you've never been to. That's all I'm trying to say. No shot. You don't know ice cream like I know them, okay? We know you like ice cream. Pack one, pick one is crazy in the food draft. Till the day I die, I'll be out here saying dessert is underpriced. Not on a menu. I mean from like a stock market standpoint. You can get ice cream third round. Crazy. Crazy. Not if I'm in your league. Sack 'em. Sack 'em. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema, bro. I gotta get out of here. It's 2:30. They're giving me lore, but I must proceed. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll be back on Monday. I'm gonna send you over to my wife's stream. I'm gonna send you over to my wife's stream. Enjoy yourself, and I will see you on Monday. Goodbye. Lights go out and my cock fell off. I can't sing about a ticking clock. Said I sucked a cock. I sucked a cock for you. And I swallowed two. And it was all yellow. Oh no. Never said it was an orgasm. That he swallowed. For the kiss is really funny. In your eyes. You guys like Peter Gabriel? Of course. In your eyes, I am complete. In your eyes, in your eyes, my penis sleeps. In your eyes. Oh, okay. For all my semen, for all my cum. I can feel you coming in my hair tonight. Wait for it, wait for it. No. Oh, Gord. Oh, Gord. And I've been waiting for this semen all my life. Where is your member? other. And the penis is slow. It's different for you and me. Do you remember the 20th time you sucked my member? We were breaking the confines of gender and sucking the night away. You can't hate it because I woked it.